170 pounds, the Funky Monkey, Angel Ortiz, the Nasty Assassin, Fantastic, the Green Chris Dickinson, and the Savage, and Wrestler, the now champ, we are Team Fucking Pazuzu!
Oh boy, it's hard to pick a favorite in this one, but it's hard to bet against Pazuzu, one of the most well-oiled units. And to the best of my knowledge, it's the first time that all four of the ladies representing WWR have teamed up.
That was going to be my point. I mean, the four of these women individually have been tearing through competition, whether it be in Beyond, WWR, or anywhere else. But as a unit, this is their first time together, whereas Team Pazuzu have been doing this for pretty much their entire lives, whether it be in the ring or out. So that's why I think you have to favor them here tonight.
Of course, Kimberly signed to a WWE contract for Americanrana 17. Americanrana 16, we saw her versus Chris Hero, a.k.a. NXT's Cassius Ohno. A match that you can watch for free at youtube.com/Beyond Wrestling, surpassing 740,000 subscribers today. So if you're watching tonight's broadcast on Powerbomb TV, we certainly appreciate the support. Please make sure not to forget to sign up. Also at youtube.com/Beyond Wrestling. And I think we're going to see the rivalry that has defined Beyond Wrestling. One of the most controversial moments in professional wrestling history, reignited as Kimberly and Chris Dickinson are sharing a ring once again.
One of the biggest things to put Beyond Wrestling on the map in the landscape of professional wrestling. Chris Dickinson, I think maybe he's learned his lesson from the last time.
Well, believe it or not, I think that Dickinson, that through this entire ordeal, actually does have a great amount of admiration for Kimberly. Certainly mutual respect between the two competitors. It launched their careers.
Absolutely.
But Dickinson, Jaka, these guys go way back. They trained in the martial arts as kids that progressed into professional wrestling as teens. Now they travel the world as one of the best tag teams, Evolve Tag Team Champions, and the Evolve Tag Team Champions teaming up with the Impact Tag Team Champions for Americanrana 18.
And that is one of the only reasons, like I said earlier, that I have to favor Team Pazuzu, but I'm also not counting Team WWR out. Kimberly has traveled the world. She's back on the scene in independent professional wrestling, and I feel like she finally has her footing. I think it took a little while, but I think she's back at the top of the game.
A big transition, as you mentioned. But meanwhile, you've got some of the pillars of the independent wrestling scene, like Chris Dickinson and Jaka. They've been holding things down, especially here in Beyond Wrestling.
They've definitely been the cornerstone of this promotion, Dickinson especially, for many years, and he's made it his home. And Kimberly at home on the mat there.
I mean, let's not forget
her skills.
Let's not forget that Kimberly, a professional dancer before she transitioned into professional wrestling. So, Limber Kimber.
And if you've seen Jaka after certain shows, he can get down as far as dancing goes.
I don't know if he went to school for it, though.
Hey, sometimes you just have to do it your own.
Of course, as we're nearing capacity here at the White Eagle, one of the things that sets Beyond Wrestling apart from almost every other promotion in the United States, the most interactive pro wrestling on the planet. You see close to 500 fans ringside right now. Wow. Is Kimberly able to find a counter again, using that surprising flexibility. I believe the only time that Kimberly and Jaka went one-on-one in a Beyond Wrestling ring would have been at a studio taping many moons ago.
And him using her flexibility on 2 occasions there, goes for the cover, so showing off her own martial arts skills. And is Dickinson going to get in now? Yes, he is. And this is something that people have wanted to see for a long time, and it looks like we're finally going to get it.
Chris Dickinson and Jaka competing against the Twisted Sisters at Beyond Wrestling versus Women's Wrestling Revolution lit up. Oh, now that's a bold move from Kimberly.
Little gamesmanship there, I like it. Playing a little mind games with the Dirty Daddy.
Skylar, a standout in New England, made a Ring of Honor debut back in May for the Women of Honor division. Chris Dickinson's going to, I mean, I'm sorry, what were you going to say? Let's talk about it.
I was going to say, what an ascension for Skylar over the last year alone to go from where she started out in WWR, having that big losing streak, and now speaking of someone finding their footing in professional wrestling, she's hit.
And I was going to say, what a big mistake putting Dickinson and Skylar alone in the ring, knowing just how vicious Chris Dickinson is. I think that Skylar's going to get her first real taste of intergender wrestling here tonight.
Wake up call in the form of a chop. Oh, God.
I mean, Skylar's tough. Don't sell her short, but she's never been in the rings with anybody the likes of Chris Dickinson, because there's only one Dirty Daddy.
Because forget about his strength, forget about his technique, the insanity factor is something that you cannot game plan for.
Dickinson looking to send Skylar for the ride. Moser down with a back elbow. Skylar retreating to the wrong corner. Of course, last year, Americanrana 17, we saw LAX, a.k.a. EYFBO, going 2-on-2 against Phoenix and Pentagon, what many consider to be the Beyond Wrestling match of the year. Skylar tried fighting back. Dickinson shut that down real quick.
And that's the thing about her, and that's what has made her so endearing to all these fans. She keeps fighting.
Had a counter for the slam of the head scissors. This time, Dickinson's wheelbarrow reversed with an arm drag. Skylar's going to stay on top of Dickinson. This could be a mistake. And not nearly enough strength. But still staying a step ahead. Got the boot up.
Whoa!
And able to connect with a flying Americanrana off the second rope.
It looked like it wasn't going to connect at first, but she recovered, got her legs where they needed to be, and took Dickinson down.
Oh, but that was a mistake. Skylar's first Americanrana, perhaps the biggest crowd she's ever wrestled in front of. She let the moment sink in. Dickinson was able to tag out.
And now you want to talk about badass women. Here's Mia Yim. I believe the last time we saw her, she was beating Keith Lee.
Keith Lee's final independent wrestling match, he requested to face Mia Yim. Mia Yim defeated him. Of course, if you're watching Powerbomb TV, our entire 2017-2018 catalog available, soon to be added the rest of the years. 9.5 years of Beyond Wrestling, the biggest show in Beyond Wrestling history here tonight. How could you not be excited? Hashtag Americanrana 18. Thank you for everybody joining us on Powerbomb TV. As we're seeing some fancy footwork from the Funky Monkey. And you're going to wonder what condition LAX is in coming to this match. The war that they had just a week ago against the OGs for the Impact Wrestling Slammiversary event.
Well, whatever shape they're in, it's much worse for Ortiz right now because Mia Yim is unloading.
Mia Yim, I believe, just announced for the Mae Young Classic too.
Yes.
And showing just how tough she is with those educated feet.
Hey! Appropriate? No. Fitting? Yes.
Well, we do know that the tagline at EYFBO is "Suck Me." There's a group of fans here in Worcester that have collectively called themselves the Suck Me Crew out of devotion to EYFBO. She stole it. She stole it. Yeah, the Suck Me Crew. Great name.
Good name.
And Jordynne Grace, a competitor that's familiar with all four members of Team Pazuzu. It was her and Lufisto, who's currently out with an injury that went 2-on-2 with Dickinson and Jaka to kick off things at Americanrana 17. And then it was that same combination, Jordynne and Lufisto Team Pog against Santana and Ortiz back in New Orleans for Lit Up. Jordynne getting the better of this exchange. I spoke too soon.
These are two of the most vicious competitors in Beyond Wrestling, and wouldn't you know it, they're in the ring against each other.
Looking for that O'Connor roll. No, instead, get him some separation. Looking for the cutter, Jordynne Grace. Oh! There's your pounce.
We talked about Chris Dickinson being a cornerstone here in Beyond Wrestling. Jordynne Grace has made herself that over the last couple of years with some unbelievable gritty performances and some huge wins.
Of course, we want to wish a speedy recovery to Lufisto, but whether it is as a singles competitor or one half of Team Pog, Jordynne Grace is definitely a standout here in Beyond Wrestling and Women's Wrestling Revolution.
And now we're finally seeing some tag team moves and cutting the ring off on Drastic. And this is where Team WWR has a little bit of an opening, and they need to completely capitalize on it, because I think if they let Santana get to the corner, it could be trouble for them. But sometimes adrenaline gets the best of you.
And Mia Yim's lucky that she got the better of that exchange. Santana has some of the biggest hands of any wrestler I've ever come across. That'll stop your heart.
We're what? 10, 15 feet away. I felt that in my chest.
Rumbling the entire White Eagle. And Mia Yim doing her best to retaliate.
No, that's not going to do it.
Yim's going to be careful. She's in the wrong part of town.
Oh, no. Oh! Well, that's one solution to a problem.
Straight up headbutt. Rock Santana, knocked him down to the mat. Santana trying to fight away from a dangerous part of town while he had his attention turned to Kimberly and Skylar.
Uh-oh. Rolls out. Maybe that cutter?
Oh, Mia Yim didn't have it scouted, couldn't get out of the way. What are you going to do, back up into Team Pazuzu? Great positioning out of Mike Drastic, a.k.a. Santana.
Mia let her emotions get the better of her there, choosing to flip off her opponents, and she ran right into a cutter.
Well, Crockett, let me ask you this. At Americanrana 18, would you rather be the toughest person or the most victorious? You know, do you want to win or do you want to prove yourself? Why can't it be both?
Well, one, there's a reason I'm sitting at this booth, because I'm not tough, but if I'm choosing, I'd rather be victorious.
Snap suplex out of Dickinson, quick to get in the cover. I think Dickinson knows just how much of a threat Mia Yim is to the Team Pazuzu squad.
Oh. Intelligent feet, you were saying earlier. Well, Dickinson has some IQ running through his feet.
I don't know if anybody hits with the accuracy and the strength of the Dirty Daddy Chris Dickinson.
Oh. I thought Mia might have been out on that one. That was brutal.
Trying to knock some of the bones in the spine out of place.
And I mentioned not letting Santana, Mike Jurassic, whatever we're calling him here tonight, get into that corner to get the tag. But now Mia Yim is in a very, very dangerous place because Pazuzu are masters at picking opponents apart in a tag team setting.
Would you say that of all the competitors on the Pazuzu squad, though, Angel Ortiz is maybe the least vicious?
I would say that's fair, but he's also very precise with whatever he's going to do. He may not have the precision or the strength, not the precision, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
He may not
He's
have
not
the
a killer instinct guy, but he's a smart guy who knows how to get it done.
His strike game isn't the strongest at all, but he's a master professional wrestler.
He's also like really good at getting in his opponent's head.
Absolutely. You think he's not taking it seriously, and that's when he's taking it the most serious.
Mia Yim trying to find a comeback. Instead, might have just had her leg ripped out. She looks like she's in serious trouble right here. That was a nasty landing on that dragon screw. Not able to kick out. You see she's trying to adjust. Is that leg gonna stabilize her? Oh, she's hobbling around, even with the assistance of Jaka.
And I think this is smart on Pazuzu's part. It may not have been by design, but the fact that they have one of the strongest strikers in Mia Yim.
Oh, Mia Yim tag out. Instead trying to test herself against Chris Dickinson. This could have been a bad pick for Kimberly.
Now she goes for the tag, and instead she crumples.
Dickinson kicked her right behind that bad leg. Folding her up, trying to get those shoulders to the mat.
And again, this is a big weakness for both teams, really. I mean, Team Pazuzu, they grew up in the projects in a very mean area of New York City, so they're always looking to test themselves.
Got both members of LAX in the ring right now. Mia Yim with a good counter. Holding on to the ropes, but while she disposes of Ortiz, Santana's still in the ring. Oh, and a big dive out of nowhere. Didn't see that comment, and I don't know if that Jordynne Grace got the tag.
I don't think she did, but I don't think she cares. And that almost looked like a DDT and a dive at the same time. What does Skylar have in mind? Uh-oh. Well, whatever she had in mind, she just worked her way out of it.
Skylar for that cannonball. And
now,
what is Kimberly looking to do right here? Trying to find her footing.
Oh, no.
Oh, and a swanton bump from the top rope to the floor.
And if that's, well, I'm going to say, that's one way to get back into a match. Go in there and take it back.
I think that the WWR competitors feel like they have more to prove and are going to be willing to take more risks.
And that's a weakness of Team Pazuzu here. You think maybe they're thinking, we're above this. We shouldn't be in this position.
Oh, I don't think so at all, talking to all of them. I don't think that. I think that they have confidence. I don't think that they feel like they're above this match. They absolutely know the threat coming into it. I mean, look at the devastation that Ortiz is facing right now.
Oh, no one better than Jordynne Grace at that.
Might be looking for that Vader bomb. Got it. Jordynne Grace is the legal competitor. Oh, and that was a close call.
You
gotta be careful. Close. If you got thrown to the floor here in Americanrana, where you are literally packed shoulder to shoulder with 500 fans, you're gonna have trouble navigating the outside of this ring. It's probably safer to stay inside at this point. Jordynne Grace holding onto the ropes. Doom Patrol turning around. 2 for the price of 1 with the drop kicks. Oh, and a big slap. Followed up by an enziguri from Dickinson. Jordynne Grace with a clothesline. The action getting too fast to call. And Dickinson looking for a Pazuzu bomb.
Oh, no. If he hits this, it's over.
Poetic justice. Kimber of all people making the save.
And here we go, DC.
Oh, I got chills right now.
Years in the making, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
Kimberly, one of the toughest competitors I have ever met. She is so incredibly fierce. Dickinson staggered with an enziguri. Oh, responds with a kick of his own. Mia Yim with a boot to the midsection.
What is this?
Looking for a package pile driver. Dickinson's trying to fight it off. Mia Yim positioned him in the center of the ring. Oh, dropped the dirty daddy on his head. But that allowed Jaka enough time to get in the ring. Caught her with that hook kick. Michinoku driver couldn't stay in a position for the pin.
DC, if we were looking for some way to start this show off appropriately, I think we have it right now.
Jordynne Grace looking to target Jaka, going to bring in Skylar as they're going to try and coordinate some tandem offense. That could have been a mistake, though. Oh, having a little bit of too much trouble. And LAX back in the ring.
And this is where the inexperience as a team could come into play for Team WWR. Pazuzu, they pretty much know where each guy is at any given moment, and this is where chaos could be doomed, excuse the pun, for Team WWR.
Well, not for nothing, it's also easier to blend into the crowd when you don't have bright red or purple hair to plan their sneak attacks. Although Skylar with the DDT. Oh! And countered the powerbomb attempt. A jumping rock bottom.
Whoa. Skylar pulling new tricks out of the bag.
And Dickinson comes charging her with a double axe handle. What? And taking down with the pedigree. Skylar, you're gonna go for the pin. Skylar's wasting precious time. What is she waiting for?
This is the inexperience factor. As good as she's been, if you give Pazuzu an opening, they're going to strike.
Dickinson's got her up. Oh, Pazuzu awaits, not even going for the pin.
Oh.
Jaka man with a big release German suplex.
Brutal. And it could be lights out for Skylar because Pazuzu is in full strength.
Oh, the height on the senton cannonball in the corner.
She is out, and still they're not going for the pin.
And Pazuzu picking up an emphatic victory. Angel Ortiz, the insult to the injury, a bit of an arrogant cover, and the fans here in Worcester, Massachusetts are not happy with Pazuzu.
And they shouldn't be. They had the win in the bag, and instead of just going for it, they had to just rub it in the faces of Team WWR.
Yeah, but what a showing me, Jordynne, Grace, Kimber, and especially Skylar. Give it up for all four ladies.
They have nothing to be ashamed of.
Just getting word from the powers be at Powerbomb TV. This is already the most watched stream in Powerbomb TV history. As we'll throw it to Dickinson in the ring.
Short and sweet. I started wrestling girls 8.5, 9 years ago. The way I still wrestle girls right now. And I want to say right here, right now, it has been an honor to see this shit grow, to where it has grown. And I am not swooping for it. I may have jeopardized my career for it. Who the hell knows? But this is what I love to do. It's because all of these girls have the ability to be just as good as us. Alright? And it's true. You don't take it easy on them. They can work just as hard. This week is for both of us. Men, women, it don't matter. There's nothing these ladies say the hell about.
And you never know what you're gonna get out of Team Pazuzu, but that was about as classy of a message as possible.
Absolutely. Chris Dickinson, always a surprising person in many ways, but
These four wrestlers not only gonna be carrying women's wrestling, independent wrestling, all of professional wrestling into the future.
So you guys just got to see Team Pazuzu versus WWR. Now you guys get to see my WWR, because these women want retro!
I think they're the only ones. Maybe I'm wrong. This crowd seems to be disagreeing.
I gotta get something off my hairy chest. When this show was announced, right here in Worcester, there's a retrosexual Anthony Greene before. The guy from Danger Town, USA! The Uncle Justin Pro Wrestling and welcome to the Full House.
Wow.
So when I found out that I wasn't going to be on the show, I was
We have beach balls flying off of ceiling fans, DC.
That's retro now. So regardless, we see guys like Janela, guys like Josh Briggs, they made a name for themselves here beyond wrestling, not by following the book, but by playing by their own rules. Alright guys, we can look at these balls. So right now, I'm setting out an open challenge. Anyone in the back, right now.
What? Hey!
Not even waiting for the bell, not even waiting for the introductions. AR Fox knows how to make an entrance, and the 500 fans parting like the Red Sea. And the Platinum Honeys getting in the mix. Has the bell officially sounded yet?
I don't know. I didn't hear it.
We need one in and one out.
Wait a minute. Did she just try to kick him?
Oh! Fox wasn't expecting that as he gets cleared to the floor. Again, such close quarters here at the White Eagle.
And you know what? I'll say this. Anthony Greene is a sleaze. He's a creep. But the guy has been around the block in New England, and he's slowly making his way out throughout the country in independent wrestling. But A.R. Fox taking him down just when I was about to compliment Anthony Greene. If it comes to high flying, do not play around with A.R. Fox. Did he leave the skulk home?
No skulk today.
A.R. Fox.
Matchup officially underway. Never mind the extracurriculars.
AG with the go-around, goes for the cutter, but Fox blocks it, and the Innovator swings around with the leg drop, and the retrosexual is finding himself in a very, very bad way early on.
I've never seen that counter before.
Why is an Innovator?
You know, Anthony Greene said he wanted that breakout match the same way that guys like Joey Janela and Josh Briggs had. We're going to be seeing Briggs going one-on-one with Brody King. It's actually his second Americanrana. He debuted as part of the Secret Show last year. Brody King making his debut, and of course Joey Janela headlining Americanrana, the only competitor headline, to the best of my knowledge, 2 years in a row, as A.R. Fox continues to innovate. When you think you've seen everything from this guy, it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Absolutely. There's a reason why he's one of the most in-demand people in independent professional wrestling today. It's because no matter what you get from him, you're going to get more than you bargained for.
I don't understand. He was outside of the ring. He jumped in the ring, and he somehow had Anthony Greene in position for that signature twisting suplex.
There's a reason he's a Fox. DC. And when it comes to Americanrana, there's one other thing about A.R. Fox. He usually pulls something crazy out of his bag of tricks. One year he jumped off of the stage. Second floor. The balcony, I should say. I know the English language.
Off the balcony in a match against Matt Tremont. Americanrana 16, I believe last year he headlined the Americanrana Secret Show. And a match against Brandon Watts. Both those matches you can watch are free at youtube.com/BeyondWrestling. Again, if we've surpassed 740,000 subscribers, nearing that 1 million subscriber mark. And Anthony Greene has rolled out of the ring as A.R. Fox was looking to go coast to coast. Fox still looks pretty determined right here. Finds his footing. Oh, and still connects with his opponent outside the ring.
That was like going from New York to Hawaii.
The Platinum Honey's doing more harm than good at this point, as we're doing our best to follow the action here. Oh, but Fox distracted by the Platinum Honeys. And it looked like a hook from Anthony Greene, as Greene was just sent into one of them. We've got a bit of a situation on the floor.
A.R. Fox refusing to stay down, continuing that trend.
Well, I don't think that Fox intentionally sent Anthony Greene into one of the Platinum Honeys, but I do think that very intentionally Anthony Greene sent A.R. Fox into that ring post.
And that's the thing about the Platinum Honeys at ringside. They really don't even need to do anything to get A.R. Fox distracted. They just literally have to be there, and that's a huge advantage for Greene.
Of course, Anthony Greene, you see him sporting that Zubaz attire. He has an official Zubaz sponsorship.
You use that code to get 20% off, right? You have Zubaz.
Yeah. I've been wearing the same basketball shorts since, Orlando's WrestleMania. As Anthony Greene with a diving cutter on the apron. A.R. Fox, I don't know if he got a worse landing on the apron or the floor. Anthony Greene with a sense of urgency, in for the pin.
That was close. And like I was saying at the start of this match, Anthony Greene has been around the block in New England wrestling. Very, very clever competitor is the best way I can describe it.
I mean, I remember when he was just a teenager, he was hosting an online radio show before there were podcasts, interviewing the likes of Claudio Castagnoli, Nigel McGuinness. So, I mean, he certainly had a passion for the years. He's reinvented himself. It seems as though his iteration as the retrosexual has stuck, but he still needs that big signature victory, especially at a platform like Beyond Wrestling.
Absolutely. I've talked to him many times, and he talked about how he was floundering, who thought, maybe I'm done with professional wrestling. Maybe I need to move on. But now he said he's being himself. This is who he always was. He was just trying to be someone he wasn't. And now that he's being himself, he's finding great success in other places. The question is, like you said, is he going to find it here tonight?
Oh, Fox got the boot up. Right place, right time. And there you see the Platinum Honey sneaking around again. Fox that time, maybe eyes in the back of his head, but causing a distraction. Nevertheless, as Fox was trying to step foot in the ring, he got caught up on the ropes. Oh, and a high angle coming down with that neck breaker.
Talking about innovation, AG showing some of his own there with that spinning neck breaker. And Stephen Demeng has to get on this with the Platinum Honeys at ringside. Just can't keep up.
It's do or die time for Anthony Greene. And he took just too much time. Fox rattles off a number of shots to the midsection. Caught him with the jawbreaker as Anthony Greene stumbles to the ropes. Elevated up and over. Able to catch himself on the apron.
And this is a very, very bad spot for Anthony Greene if we know anything about AR Fox.
Oh, caught him with a super kick. What's AR Fox looking for from this position?
What? Oh my! Whoa. Someone, is there an ambulance here? I think AG might have broken his neck on that one. That was wild.
I think every year we look for the Hurricanrana variation that is the Americanrana, and this year we just saw it.
We're going to be seeing that everywhere for the next 10 years. That was insane.
And talk about turning the tides. Oh, Fox just mowing down AG. AR Fox, a series of clotheslines, misses with the third. Oh, and caught him from the left.
Anthony Greene on Dream Street. AR Fox soaking it in, taking his time. But
AG shoves him off. Fox able to avoid contact. AG trying to stay a step ahead. Leapfrogs AR Fox. Maybe looking for a cutter. Fox beat him at the pass. And a springboard into a powerbomb, followed by the running big boot. The AR Fox likes to utilize the low main pain, but this is the reverse position.
What's he have in mind, DC?
I honestly don't know. Oh, no! Another shot to the head. A springboard spider German suplex.
Right on the top of his skull. Anthony Greene testing the limits of his spine here against AR Fox tonight.
I mean, Fox, that's the position that you would look for a split-legged moonsault, not to throw an opponent, but Fox, this might be the most innovative that I've ever seen him.
And it looked like the Platinum Honeys at ringside tried to catch AG, but they fully couldn't, so that might have worked against Anthony Greene.
They should have been ejected a few minutes ago.
How many people have been ejected in the history of Beyond Wrestling?
That was a rough kick to the spine from AR Fox. I think Fox is starting to get frustrated.
I would be too. He's thrown a myriad of innovative offense against Anthony Greene, and nothing can put him away quite yet.
Looking for that low main pain.
Going again, and this time the Platinum Honey successful. You can see the hand on the leg.
Yeah, holding on to AG so that he doesn't get tossed off. Enough's enough.
Burning hammer. Go to sleep.
He caught him with the feast your eyes.
The what?
The feast your eyes.
I've never heard of
A
that.
signature maneuver of his friend Donovan Dijak, who just happens to be about 1.5 feet taller and about 200 pounds heavier. Somebody that has the strength to be able to connect with a maneuver like that effectively.
Is he on Twitter at all? I never see him.
Well, AG's tribute to Donovan Dijak could have come back to haunt him.
Yeah, because he didn't go for the cover. He taunted instead.
No, he went for the cover. AR Fox kicked out. Are we watching the same match, Ball Crockett?
Well, he was taunting right after the cover.
And now maybe looking to utilize AR Fox's low main pain against him. Fox still trying to fight off from that position.
And how do you follow that up?
Top rope, feast your eyes. AR Fox, gotta be careful. A 3-on-1 battle, answering the Retrosexuals Open Challenge. We know that AG likes to use a 450 to finish off his opponents, so does AR Fox.
Fox hits this, it's open, come on. The Platinum Honey's getting involved again.
I mean, enough's enough. AR Fox trying to extricate himself from the corner. Anthony Greene got him by the feet. Oh, and pulled him right out into a pile driver. Is that going to be enough?
AR Fox still alive and kicking. That pile driver sent the momentum of Fox's body straight down onto his neck. I'm surprised he's even moving. And now this crowd rallying, enjoying the action they're seeing here between Anthony Greene and AR Fox, an unannounced open challenge.
Yeah, but you know, Greene's a blowhard. He said he wanted to make a name for himself, so send the girls to the back. Do it on your own. If you beat somebody like AR Fox on your own at an Americanrana, all right, then you got something to brag about. AG might have been looking for an unprettier. We'll never know. He's got Fox folded up.
So close. Another 2 count.
Some separation as Fox comes charging in. And Fox still kicking out with AG doing everything he can to bend the rules.
And of all the things I thought this match would become, I didn't think it'd be a series of roll-ups.
Oh, Fox 3 for the price of 1.
Here we go, this could be it.
The Platinum Honey's out of the picture. AR Fox with the 450.
What?
Oh, caught him with the Fox catcher.
Good night.
Thanks for coming, Anthony Greene.
Here is your winner, the highest flyer in the game, AR Fox.
AR Fox booked as a standby. And coming up victorious against Anthony Greene.
Even with all of that outside interference from the Platinum Honeys, the innovator AR Fox able to overcome not the best showing for Anthony Greene here tonight.
Introducing first, directly in front of me, on the left from Nothing, Arizona, weighing at 269 pounds, chances are he doesn't like you, Josh Briggs! His opponent, directly in front of me, to the right, hailing from Van Nuys, California, weighing in at 280 pounds, Brody King!
Getting word from Powerbomb.tv officials, a record number of subscribers to go along with a record number of viewers. An incredible milestone on the horizon. Remember, we've still got the no-rope barbed wire match between Joey Janela and David Starr, as well as a first-time meeting between PCO, Brian Cage to come. Few more surprises in store. The Powerbomb TV title being defended against Wheeler Yuta. If you haven't already, please take 15 seconds, tweet out the link, Powerbomb.tv. If you use promo code BEYOND, you get that 20-day free trial. We want the eyes of the wrestling industry on tonight's event before it's all said and done. But to throw it to the gentleman in the ring, you got the running of the bulls as these two behemoths lock horns.
Absolutely, and if you noticed during that ring introduction, Briggs wasn't doing his usual thing of turning to the camera, grabbing his beard and screaming. These two were locked in, eye to eye, because these are two alpha males who definitely want to not only get the win, but to prove they're just a little bit tougher than the other guy.
Unfortunately, I have it on good authority coming to this match that Josh Briggs injured his right shoulder just a couple days ago, so you got to wonder if that's going to be a factor. He typically wears that shoulder support as it is, so, not really competing at 100% when it comes to that body part, but with the additional tape, you're going to wonder if it's going to be more of a target, or if we're going to see maybe a clean fight between these two big guys that are doing small guy things.
Well, if I have to guess, based on these two and knowing them a little bit, I think this is going to be a very fair, clean fight.
I know it's a match that they've both wanted for a number of months. Beyond Wrestling, the first to make it happen.
And Josh Briggs looks to be rolling here a little bit, but Brody King pops out. Hurricanrana, are you kidding me?
I wasn't expecting that. Something tells me that Briggs wasn't expecting it. Oh! And that's not a good spot to get a cannonball. The back's not meant to bend that way.
Cover. You're not going to finish off Josh Briggs like that. But Josh Briggs has faced a lot of big names, like you've said. Here at Beyond Wrestling, we last saw him against Walter.
At Vitality, headlining that event in Melrose, Massachusetts, prior to a doubleheader with Evolve Wrestling. Beyond Wrestling, we take pride in the title of independent wrestling. We want to work with all organizations.
Absolutely. And you can already see the marks on Josh Briggs' chest. And there's going to be one on his chin after that big boot from Brody King.
This is my first time seeing Brody King competing in person, and I've got to say, this guy lives up to the hype.
Absolutely.
Just a neck crank right there, trying to pop the skull off the body of Josh Briggs.
Not only is he big, not only is he a bruiser, but he's relentless. He can cut a pace like someone half of his size. His stamina is off the charts.
Absolutely. A lot of times you see bigger wrestlers, they'll stop to catch their wind. Brody King is just straightforward. Had the neck crank to plan his next course of attack, and he's gone right into it.
Goes for that cover again.
And showing a sense of urgency by hooking both of the legs of Josh Briggs.
And I don't think
miscalculation.
Briggs back in it.
Oh!
That's one way to take away someone's win.
You're bracing yourself to land on your back, and all of a sudden, you're flipped over, sternum first, onto a former football player's knee. No dice. Briggs. And let's face it, just like Keith Lee, you got to think that Briggs could have had a career as a professional, but opting to carve his own path in the realm of professional wrestling. Hashtag Americanrana 18, Briggs versus Brody King. First time ever.
Straight right. And one right back. And now this is alpha male stuff, like I said earlier. They're going to get a little testy. They're going to get a little wild.
Well, let's get wild. But the momentum of the elbow taking Briggs off his own feet.
And it may get wild.
I'm sorry.
But it's still going to be clean. These guys not trying to do anything dirty. Just trying to out-muscle the other.
Brody King smart to retreat to the corner. You can't be beaten there. Well, I mean, you can be beaten. Josh Briggs could beat him senseless, but he can't beat him as in win the match from the corner.
And usually you see someone just sort of easily come out of the corner on an Irish whip. No, Brody King's going to make you work for it.
King didn't have a reversal. Came rushing out of the corner. The waiting arms of Josh Briggs. A signature spinning side slam. All impact center of the ring. Got to get him in a position for the pin.
Whoa.
That was close. Something that's always a factor in these matches, though, especially on the West Coast, coming to the East Coast here in Worcester, Massachusetts. You want to get to the show, you're probably going to be taking a red eye. So I'm sure fatigue is certainly a factor. But let's face it, as a professional wrestler, if you're Josh Briggs, you know, I know that he had a booking last night. He was not able to make due to the concern of the shoulder injury. He wanted to be as close to 100% as possible for Americanrana. That could be a factor. Or maybe the injury will prove to be too much.
Or maybe they're both out of their mind and that'll carry them through any sort of pain they're throwing at each other.
Hey, adrenaline's a hell of a thing. Oh! And King off his feet once again. But Briggs might be spent.
Both men down. Referee Kevin Quinn going to administer that count. Both have till the count of 10. They may need 9.99 seconds to get up after the beating they've handed each other.
If Quinn gets to a 10 count, this match will be considered a draw. Who's ever up first is going to have a decisive advantage. We're getting close.
And the Worcester crowd willing these two up to their feet.
And you know, Paul Crockett, Beyond Wrestling, one of our bragging rights is the fact that we love to host those first-time ever matches that turn into rivalries that define the careers of the competitors involved. We saw it with Donovan Dijak and Keith Lee. Could this be the next incarnation of that?
Well, if it keeps going the way it's going, this is going to be something that people all across the country, all across the world are going to want to see in person. Because there's nothing better than two behemoths throwing shots like this.
Oh, dude, pro wrestling's the best, but like big man pro wrestling is like the super best. PCO versus Brian Cage later tonight, like so lucky we're the first to be able to pull the trigger on that. But not to sell these two guys short. I mean, Brody King a year ago, and this guy's come out of nowhere, breaking out on a national level.
And Briggs about to have his own breakout, but not.
No, instead
if
he got his face broken.
Lariats like that.
And not going for the pin, looking to dole out more damage. Oh, jumping pile driver. Could be a mistake, though. Briggs might be too close to the ropes.
King able to pull his legs in, but still not enough.
Exert extra energy. It takes a longer period of time to do stuff like that.
Absolutely.
He's going to hit that pile driver in the center of the ring, and that might be what he's looking for right here. Realizing the error of his ways. No, instead, elevating him up, looking for a powerbomb. Briggs trying to find his footing.
Able to sneak his way out of it.
Oh! Brody King making him pay.
Backbreaker.
Oh, and the double underhook into a neck breaker. Typically we see a full throw, do we not?
We usually do. I think that shoulder is hurting way more than Josh Briggs is leading on.
I'm telling you, Briggs is having a lot of trouble. This is not Briggs at 100%.
We've seen him throw Keith Lee around, and he's struggling with Brody King here, so you know that shoulder is a big factor.
You know, the guts of this guy, though, he could have canceled on Americanrana, but knowing what started last year, I mean, this is a culmination of a year of hard work. You know, there's plenty of wrestlers for Beyond Wrestling. We probably got 50 to 60 guys that we cycle in and out. You know, only half of them, or maybe even less, are here for Americanrana. So it is a coveted spot. Make no mistakes about it. This is the biggest independent wrestling show of the summer.
Another close call. Josh Briggs looks like he's out of ideas, not sure what direction to take. And that's what sets certain competitors apart. That's what can make or break certain people. And maybe that's one of the reasons why Briggs hasn't been able to get momentum. And now Brody King, he's begging for more shots from Briggs.
Yeah, I wouldn't ask for that. Oh, ask and ye shall receive. Oh, misses with the diving clothesline. And walked right into that big boot.
M5.
Oh, got the knees underneath. Is that going to be it? 1, 2, 3.
Big win for Josh Briggs.
Here is your winner. Chances are he doesn't like you, Josh Briggs.
Josh Briggs with a big win on the biggest stage of Beyond Wrestling's calendar, taking down Brody King. The question for Josh Briggs going forward is going to be this: can he keep this momentum going? Can he keep being fed to the wolves and surviving like he did here tonight? It may not have been the prettiest, as Josh Briggs calls for the microphone. It may not have been the prettiest of wins, but it was a win nonetheless, and let's hear what he has to say.
When the fuck did I become a bad guy here? Consistency is something I can never really achieve here at Beyond. I win one, I lose one. That's consistent. No shit, I said I have to fucking beat you. You dumb fuck. So consistency is something I haven't been able to achieve here yet. I don't know who the fuck has the longest reigning winning streak in Beyond history, but it's mine now. I'll either die or get signed before I fucking lose here again.
Well, there is a statement from Josh Briggs acknowledging his inability to be consistent here in Beyond Wrestling, and he says from here on out, he is not going to lose again in a Beyond Wrestling ring.
White trash, hipster, poor scum of New England.
Oh, that's MJF with the microphone.
My name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And tonight I know you all were begging and pleading. You so badly wanted to see the youngest and fastest rising star in professional wrestling go on here tonight one-on-one with Jonathan Gresham. Well, guess what? You people don't deserve to see MJF. However, Stokely Hathaway has something to tell each and every single one of you. First things first. Jonathan Gresham, on October 22nd, 2017, you became the Powerbomb TV Independent Champion. And here we are, less than a year later, and each opportunity you have failed. Miserably. You have disappointed everyone in this group. So the thing is, what do I do? It's clear that MJF is hurt and he can't compete today. So, allow me to introduce the newest member of the Dream Team, and I guess starting today, he's my new best friend. Ladies and gentlemen, Trent!
Well, Trent was looking to fill his schedule. I saw the tweet. Certainly didn't take too long making his return to Beyond Wrestling.
Well, I guess he was out more money than we'll ever know.
See Thomas Sharp, Stokely, and MJF in the corner of Trent. All wearing the scarf, and what's in MJF's hand?
I can't make it out. Now the Dream Team having a powwow here.
Well, is this what's going to make it official? I mean, maybe Trent just jumped at the opportunity to go one-on-one with Jonathan Gresham. He did say he was the newest member of the Dream Team, though.
And Trent not taking that scarf. That's interesting, or is he?
Oh, come on, Trent. Say it ain't so.
That's disgusting.
He must have had some big bills coming from that injury.
No kidding. That's the only reason I could think that Trent would join the Dream Team. But let's forget about all that, at least for a second. Trent Beretta and Jonathan Gresham, this is a dream match within itself.
Oh, I don't disagree.
It has a sleazy background, but nonetheless, bit of a dream match for me. I mean, before his injury, Trent was on a bit of a roll with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Obviously, we've known him for years on the independents in the United States, and Jonathan Gresham, his body of work here in Beyond Wrestling alone speaks for itself, so this has the potential to be a show stealer.
We're following at home, hashtag Americanrana 18. A record number of subscribers, a record number of viewers on Powerbomb TV. I was informed that more than 250 people signed up using promo code BEYOND just within the last hour.
Wow.
We appreciate the support. We get kickbacks from that. We want to provide you with the best wrestling possible. This shit ain't cheap to put on, so every single dime that gets spent supporting Beyond Wrestling gets put back into putting on the best shows possible. And whether it's Beyond Wrestling's money or Stokely's money, obviously going above and beyond to find a suitable replacement for MJF on just about 2 days' notice.
And that's before you factor in my salary, so you know it gets even crazier then.
Trent still got that scarf on. You hope it does become a factor in this matchup. I believe the last time we saw Trent in a Beyond Wrestling ring
It was a year
was for
ago,
Americanrana
right?
17 alongside Rocky Romero against the Hit Squad.
One of the last matches of Roppongi Vice as a team. Rocky Romero moving on, Trent moving up to heavyweight in the New Japan Pro Wrestling ranks.
Well, you want to talk about a certified heavyweight right there in Thomas Sharp. As if Trent needs any muscle.
What's Gresham gonna do with that scarf? MJF is hot, he's beside himself. Is he gonna drop an elbow on the scarf? Is he Ric Flair? Well, all I know is he has his back turned to Trent right now.
Get that stupid scarf out of here. Let's see some pro wrestling.
The what?
The stupid scarf.
I don't know what language you're speaking, but the scarf's out of the ring. And maybe we'll actually get a wrestling match now.
I think Trent knowing that he's got Gresham outmatched, trying to test his machismo.
A lot of stalling here from both guys. Maybe they're a little tentative about going in there with each other.
All the fans want to see it.
Shoulder tackle?
Yeah, I mean, even with the momentum coming off the ropes, I don't think that the law of physics is going to allow this one.
Heavyweight Trent taking that one easily. Calling for another one from Gresham. Very unorthodox from the Octopus, usually chomping at the bit to get his opponent to the mat.
Oh!
Gresham
That was a
down
bad landing.
in a heap. simple as it gets with a body slam. Trent out to the apron. A lot of time wasting here.
No, but this is the MO of the Dream Team. And maybe Trent's a better fit than what you would have expected.
And yes, that may hurt, but the insult that goes along with that probably hurts a lot more.
You're gonna think you see your opponent coming at you over the ropes, you're gonna be tensing up, doing the best you can to brace for impact. You're not expecting him to step on your face.
Trent spent a lot of years in this business. Way smarter than sometimes he lets on.
Oh, without question. I mean, it's not too many guys that you see, better off outside of WWE, but Trent seems to be one of those guys, making a good living for himself. Of course, going back to Americanrana a few years ago, we saw him teaming with Chuck Taylor against Team Tremendous, who's going to be in action later on tonight, and suffering a very, very severe knee injury. I believe detached the patella. Put him on the sidelines for a while. And now coming back from an injury, I believe a torn bicep?
Yeah, and a pec.
And a pec. Was it just the pec? What was it?
It was both.
It was both?
Yes.
He hurt both at the same time in the same match?
I don't know if it was the same time at the same. I'm not a doctor, Drew.
And that was against Chuck Taylor?
Stop asking me all these questions.
I want to know.
His pec hurts, his bicep hurts. That's what happened to him.
My point in all this, Paul Crockett, is that Gresham is smartly targeting the upper body. And right now, it looks like if you're coming back from an arm or a pectoral injury, all that shit's getting stretched up.
The worst possible opponent for Trent coming back from both of those injuries in the octopus, because if he gets you down, he's going to tear all of those apart. And he's going to enjoy doing it. If you read Trent's Twitter, you might think this guy's a funny man, jokester. But no, he's a very serious competitor when it comes to being in the ring. But right now, can't be serious about anything other than the pain coursing through his body, because Gresham had him literally in a knot here.
Oh, lost control of the hold, though. A rare mistake out of Gresham as Trent's back up to his feet. Caught him under the chin.
These two going back and forth with chops.
Oh! Targeting the arm.
Just when you think you've seen every move from Jonathan Gresham, he throws a love tap in and makes it effective.
That's the thing about Gresham, though. He's been in the ring with guys bigger than him almost every match he's ever wrestled. He knows exactly what to do.
We've seen some crazy mismatches here and beyond wrestling.
I mean, let's face it, when you're flat on your back, your strength is neutralized. It doesn't matter what size you are.
Absolutely. And of course, now that he's spent a lot of time in Ring of Honor as well, he's faced some of the best at the world, most recently having a classic that will air on Ring of Honor television against Jay Lethal.
Somebody just told me he's on Ring of Honor TV and the Powerbomb broadcast simultaneously.
Well, there you go.
You just took over the Ring of Honor school too, right? Heavily involved, the new Ring of Honor dojo in Baltimore.
He's one of the big trainers there now. As MJF has been ejected.
Well, finally. Oh, no, oh, no. Did you see the way the arm got jacked up?
That hurt my arm. No more MJF here. And it looks like Jonathan Gresham has neutralized the threat, at least part of the threat, from the outside. You still have Stokely here lurking.
As Trent Beretta come back too quickly from injury to take the payday from Stokely Hathaway, Gresham has been dominating.
Absolutely, but Trent's never out of it.
Oh, that'll change the complexion in a heartbeat.
As the tides just turned in a big, big way. But Trent, excuse me, whatever we're going to call him here tonight, still favoring that bicep just a little bit. And if you like what you've seen here so far, tell a friend. Hashtag Americanrana18 on Twitter. Tell them to sign up for Powerbomb TV right now.
If you use promo code BEYOND, you get to watch tonight's stream for free, 20-day free trial. Still to come, Tom Lawlor and Matt Riddle. A lot of buzz around Matt Riddle now against the team of Nick Gage and Matt Tremont. Of course, PCO versus Brian Cage. We've got the 4-team tag team scramble and our main event, the no-rope barbed wire match between Joey Janela and David Starr. The last time that Joey Janela and David Starr competed in a Beyond Wrestling ring at Heavy Lies the Crown, and the fans bring the weapons match, that was the last time that Powerbomb TV set a record in terms of live viewership. So there's still plenty of time to check it out. Tell a friend, hashtag AmericanRana18, Powerbomb.tv. I mean, hell, imagine if you're tuning in right now for free and you get to see Trent Beretta versus Jonathan Gresham unannounced. Pretty crazy show.
Pretty amazing lineup. We've seen some wild things so far. And this one isn't even over yet.
A little bit of misdirection from Gresham through the legs of Trent. Trent is a very fast competitor, especially for a heavyweight, but I think Gresham's a little bit faster.
That's one of his biggest strengths, is his speed, and is able to use misdirection and moves like this. Oh, come on.
Now wait a damn minute. We've seen Gresham pin a number of competitors, including Brian Cage, with that very hold.
And Thomas Sharp is ejected. And now it's just Stokely left at ringside. And this Worcester crowd showing their joy at this decision from referee Stephen Dumang.
Well, you got to think, Dumang probably caught a lot of flack for the officiating in the match with AG and the Platinum Honeys.
Absolutely.
You know, you got to put your foot down somewhere. I wouldn't want to piss off Thomas Sharp. Let's make that clear.
Gresham eats a super kick from Trent. His eyes were off the prize there for a second. Trent made him pay for it. And now Trent maybe having that opening he's been looking for all match.
Well, able to attack with the right, but you see the left arm pretty much hanging limp by his side.
Not a smart move from Trent. Coming back from a torn pec, allowing your opponent...
What kind of money does Stokely Hathaway have, and what could he have offered Trent?
Well, I don't know what his medical
from an
bill
injury
is. Whatever his medical bill is. Trent probably said, here, pay this. Oh, chop to the back. That's just rude. That's just mean.
Oh, nasty. But when your arm's bothering you, that's one way to use leverage to your advantage. You don't have to pick your opponent up overhead. You can just slide underneath and slam him down. Gresham looked like he could have broken his neck. And now the flying knee. Gresham turned inside out. Trent still favoring that arm. And with one arm.
Wow.
Oh, the one-arm Gotch-style pile driver. Easy for me to say.
Oh, but Gresham able to kick out. And now, here's the mental factor at play for Trent. Coming back from an injury, sometimes, most of the time, it takes a lot of repetition, a lot of matches to get back in a flow, get into a rhythm. And now he might be questioning, does he have enough to get this done? But he's allowing Gresham to get back into it. And that's that mental factor that we're talking about. He just doesn't have a rhythm down. And Stokely Hathaway has to be at ringside thinking about that check he wrote, wondering if maybe he can return it, get a return on it maybe. Calling his bank, can I get a void on that?
Oh, Trent's a weird guy, but he ain't dumb. You know he got that direct deposit. And now a war of attrition. No room for separation. Trent's chest looks like raw hamburger meat. Gresham, the welt starting to show too. Trent was trying to defend himself. Gresham just went right through that left arm.
Brutal. And that lack of a rhythm back into play. Every time Trent looks like he has an advantage, he just looks like a deer in the headlights.
Gresham going for that arm. Yeah, I mean, different injuries, different levels of ring rust. I mean, Trent is a consummate professional, but Gresham is pretty much at the peak of his game.
Absolutely.
We saw Jonathan Gresham victorious in 3 consecutive matches against Zack Sabre Jr., culminating in a 2 out of 3 falls match at Americanrana.
Pops right back up, enziguri. But Gresham runs into a lariat. Gresham turned inside out, and both men are down. And this Worcester crowd alive once again. And I still haven't seen Stokely Hathaway get involved quite yet, but you know he's lurking.
Again, 500 fans packed into the White Eagle. It's difficult to navigate the ringside area. I don't know why you would purposely wear one of those scarves that makes it easier, you know, for whoever you're going to be trying to sabotage to identify you in the crowd. But that's just the arrogance of somebody like Stokely Hathaway. And there you see Stokely. What is he trying to hand Trent? That looks like a pipe.
What is that?
And maybe it was you know, an extra piece of leg for a tripod. I mean, nevertheless, it's made out of metal.
And Trent wants nothing to do with it. Trent wanted to do it on his own, and now Stokely is beside himself.
I mean, I don't blame Stokely. It looked like Trent was struggling a little bit. But for Stokely to get in the face of Trent.
We're calling for the bell. Looks like we have a disqualification here. Stephen Dumang.
Well, you can't put your hands on Trent.
And Stokely dropped, just like he dropped a check. And it looks like it's being returned in force. Thomas Sharp back out here. And now Trent feeding Stokely to Gresham, and Gresham has wanted this for a long, long time. Oh no. Oh!
It should have been Stokely Hathaway taking the match against Jonathan Gresham, considering that he wrestled for Beyond Wrestling for the last 3 months, but think he knew maybe ultimately this was going to be his fate. Oh! And the Dream Team dropping like flies. MJF, a bum leg, not doing anything to save Stokely Hathaway.
And Gresham finally gets a pound of flesh.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to outside interference, the winner of this contest by disqualification is Trent.
Well, that's going to be a bittersweet moment for Jonathan Gresham, not coming up with a victory, but hopefully able to end this chapter in his career with the Dream Team. MJF, Thomas Sharp, nowhere to be seen.
I saw MJF skulking away. He was pretending like he wanted to get in there, but I don't think he wanted any part of that. And poor Stokely Hathaway. He's a sweetheart. How could this happen to such a fantastic human being? And now Stokely Hathaway, not only in pain, but having to wonder, what's up with the Dream Team now? Where does it go in the future in Beyond Wrestling?
Hopefully it goes in the toilet. That's how I feel.
Well, that's one
I'm gonna call it like I see it.
I'm shocked.
I think I've had enough of the Dream Team.
I thought you liked them.
Introducing team number 1, directly in front of me from Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, at a total combined weight of 436 pounds, Filthy Tom Lawlor, the King of Bros, Matt Riddle. They are the Filthy Bros!
Oh, here we go. Nick Gage and Matt Tremont wasting no time. And I can't say I'm surprised because these guys will get into some dirty, dirty things. But I actually expected this to be a little more on the level, but no, Nick Gage and Matt Tremont taking advantage when they can.
What am I even paying Palladino for tonight? Working pro bono.
But Riddle back up and back in the face of Nick Gage. Matt Riddle and Nick Gage have had some interesting things to say to each other.
Oh, absolutely, but this is one of those rivalries that you only see in Beyond Wrestling. The series 2-1. Matt Riddle besting Matt Tremont in death matches. Tremont beating Matt Riddle in a straight-up wrestling match at Heavy Lies the Crown.
I was stunned when that happened. When Matt Tremont beat Matt Riddle in a wrestling match, that might have been the biggest shock of the year.
Well, again, I do believe it was supposed to be Matt Riddle one-on-one with Jimmy Jacobs. Issued an open challenge. Riddle was not ready for Tremont. And let's face it, all it takes is 3 seconds to win a match.
I will never, never get out of my mind the visual of Matt Riddle with thumbtacks in his feet.
Riddle saying that he needs a little bit of assistance, is being choked against the ropes. Oh. We saw Tom Lawlor making his Beyond Wrestling debut against Bobby Fish at last year's Americanrana, a match that you can watch for free. YouTube.com/Beyond Wrestling. 740,000 subscribers and growing.
And Filthy Tom Lawlor traveling all across the country, making a great name for himself in the pro wrestling ranks.
Oh, Gage had Riddle by the hair, just dragged him out of the ring. Trying to keep our, do our best to keep our eyes on the action. As the story right now is Tremont versus Filthy Tom.
Filthy Tom working in places like AIW, MLW, recently teaming with Brian Alvarez to face the Rock and Roll Express, so this guy's getting around.
That Black Label Pro, absolutely, another partner on Powerbomb TV as the fight has gone to the floor.
Oh. I don't know where Riddle and Gage went. For all I know, they went onto the streets of Worcester. Oh, no, there they are.
So dangerous. All of the fans need to be extremely aware of their surroundings.
And you have to think this favors Gage and Tremont being on the outside, as tough as Riddle and Lawlor are.
Oh, right now they're having their asses handed to them. Let's face it, though, not to diminish the skills of any deathmatch wrestlers, not to undermine how tough all these guys are, but Matt Tremont and Nick Gage are not typically sharing a ring with competitors as skilled.
Is he going for a figure four
as Lawlor?
Wow.
And Riddle. Yes, you may be in the ring with somebody that can throw a VCR at your head, and that takes its own special type of skill set. But these guys are fighting weapons. They can do it with the gift that God gave them, and as you see...
What? Look at this!
Matt Tremont in the figure four, the ankle lock on Nick Gage.
What a savage.
Riddle can just go look over his contract right now.
Wait, why would he? Never mind. Tom Lawlor originally training in MMA in Rhode Island, so he has ties here to the New England area. Makes his home out in Las Vegas now.
Oh, Nick Gage elevated in no man's land. Riddle saving himself.
Oh, right to the back. You ask any wrestler where they don't want to get hit with a forearm or a chop, it's in the back.
Of course, nobody knows if the rumor or innuendo can prove to be true, what the future holds for guys like Matt Riddle and Tom Lawlor. But something tells me that Tremont and Nick Gage are more than happy to be pillars of the independent wrestling scene.
Absolutely.
This is all these guys ever wanted. All Matt Tremont ever wanted was an opportunity at CZW, wrapping up his 7-year career last night. And Nick Gage has been somebody that has changed the complexion not only of deathmatch wrestling, but also independent wrestling with Game Changer Wrestling.
Some nice teamwork there from Gage and Tremont, but Lawlor able to break the pin up.
I mean, these are two guys that are fighting without a security net. Let's make that abundantly clear.
Always. Always have, always will.
But the fans love them, and God forbid something serious happens, the fans are always there to take care of them.
And look at Matt Tremont. He hasn't even really done anything, and his arm's bleeding. He's bleeding all over.
Well, he hasn't landed on barbed wire like we'll see in our main event. He hasn't landed on glass.
No.
Right, those are wounds from last night.
Right.
Of course, Matt Tremont opening his own school, opening his own organization, H2O, as we've got some medics looking to try and find something to perhaps tape up Matt Tremont if he will allow for it. But we saw...
Oh, well, that's what you get for not wearing boots.
I don't think his fiancée is going to like that very much.
Maybe she will.
The Bro back up to his feet. Matt Tremont with a mid-match nibble. Something I never thought that I would say, as Tremont might be looking for a Canadian destroyer. Instead, Riddle backing up to the corner, got taken over, overwhelmed with a powerbomb.
Oh, that was close. A lot of weight pushed down on the sternum of Riddle, barely able to get that shoulder up. As Tremont bringing Riddle back up, but Riddle firing back, showing a lot of fire that has made him so popular everywhere around the world.
I mean, Riddle was the one that ended the undefeated streak of Donovan Dijak in Beyond Wrestling. Of course, having his undefeated streak ended at the hands of Joey Janela at last year's Americanrana. More on that later.
Here we go, Lawlor running wild a bit. Now some double team work, perhaps.
You know, Riddle took exception to the fact that he wasn't on the Beyond Wrestling Vitality card last month, but he had been racking up some losses, unfortunately. Most recently suffering a defeat to Wheeler Yuta, who we'll see later on challenging for the Powerbomb TV Independent Wrestling Championship. Oh, man! I've always wondered what that move would look like. That looked like it fucking hurt.
It looked brutal. Cover. And Tremont able to get there for the break.
You're a kid, you play with action figures. Then you have athletes the likes of Tom Lawlor and Matt Riddle, and they can only do, they can do what you could only otherwise imagine.
They can do whatever they want. Unbelievable athleticism and innovation from this team that is together for the first time.
An ultimate styles contrast as you have two of the premier athletes on the scene against two of the toughest wrestlers.
He missed. And now Riddle alone. That's one way to equalize a threat.
Yeah, really this matchup, the epitome of skill versus heart. Let's see who comes out victorious.
Riddle fired up. And a
chair!
Oh!
And is referee Kevin Quinn going to let it go? I don't think we got the full introductions before the match as to whether or not this was no disqualification, but we saw the chair.
Choke breaker. Wow! Gage willing to break his own hand to get a win.
Here are your winners, the Bulldozer Matt Tremont, Nick fucking Gage. They are the Hate Club!
And you hear the GCW chants, Game Changer Wrestling, where you can see Matt Tremont and Nick Gage on a regular basis. I know the Nick Gage Invitational is coming up in September in Chicago. the premier deathmatch tournament in the United States. But the only place you're going to see Matt Tremont and Nick Gage teaming up is here in Beyond Wrestling.
And what an impressive win that was. A little miscommunication between Lawlor and Riddle. But miscommunication aside, Gage showing that he's willing to do anything to win.
Before announcing the participants, ladies and gentlemen, our friends at Chikara have welcomed us into their home in Philadelphia. So we welcome them here to Beyond Wrestling. And here to properly handle the ring introductions, the voice of Chikara, please welcome Mr. Preston Blathers!
Of course, just a couple weeks ago, the simulcast on Powerbomb TV and Chikara-topia for the Beyond Wrestling versus Chikara #clan feuds.
The following match is an Atomicos match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, in the corner to my right, the team of Volgar, Merlok, The Whisper, and the 2018 Johnny Kid Invitational Champion, Travis Huckabee. And in the corner to my left, the team of Little Boomer Hatfield, the Sugar Creature Solo Darling, wrestling's hottest property, Fire Ant, and the master of 1,000 holds, Mike Quackenbush!
What an unbelievable get here for Americanrana 18. You can probably count on one hand the number of matches that Mike Quackenbush has had in 2018, as he's going to be leading the team of Technicos against the Rudos, and it looks like we're going to be starting things off in this Atomicos match with the Whisper. I don't know too much about this guy. Looks like he's got a pretty good build. I expect him to be somewhat of a high flyer. Oh, excuse me, it's Solo Darling going to be starting things off against the Whisper.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back up. Dasher Hatfield had a kid? Why didn't I hear about this?
Of course, Solo Darling, somebody that Women's Wrestling Revolution fans may be familiar with. We'll see her in action at Facelift on August 26th. And Chikara is known for these Atomicos matches. I remember being in the house for the first ever Dragon Gate USA match. You had all of the stars came over from Japan. It was the representatives from Chikara that stole the show.
Absolutely. They tend to do that.
This is the next generation of competitors coming out of the Chikara Wrestle Factory. Lightning Mike Quackenbush having a hand in training all of these wrestlers, whether they fall on the Technico or the Rudo side of things.
Well, whatever we see here from either side, I'm going to guess it's going to be very athletic and very innovative, DC. And of course, the Whisper carries around a yo-yo. That just makes him better than most people.
Here we get to see our first taste of Volgar. I figuratively, not literally. Pretty big dude.
Don't get gross. You're better than that. Well, those chops having no effect on him, and Solo Darling makes the smart move and tags in Lightning Mike Quackenbush. And he may need all 1,000 of those holds to take this guy down. There's one. Maybe number two.
And that's where Lightning Mike Quackenbush excels more than any other wrestler. He knows the hold so well that no matter the size of his opponent, he's able to effectively utilize him. And for somebody that's a veteran of more than 2 decades, the way that he effortlessly effortlessly, yeah, easy for me to say. I wish it was as effortless to make my point. But the way that he moves around the ring, second to none. This guy's a true independent wrestling legend.
Absolutely. One of the legends that Jonathan Gresham wanted to face for a long, long time, and he finally got that opportunity when Beyond Wrestling was in Philadelphia at the Chikara factory just a few months ago.
Of course, growing our relationship with Chikara in 2018. If you're not familiar with the Atomicos rules, basically it's lucha tags. If you go to the floor, that means that anybody can come in. They're a legal competitor. Allows for a faster action, a little bit more chaos than what we're used to seeing. Especially, we had the Team Pazuzu versus Team WWR match earlier. We've got the 4-team scramble a little bit later on, as Fire Ant doing his best to wrestle Merlok's shoulders to the mat.
Fire Ant, one of the more decorated guys to come out of Chikara, and one of the best, quite frankly, one of the more underrated talents that Chikara has ever had. This guy can get it done with the best of them. Or excuse me, this insect? That's what I meant to say.
Got Merlok tied up right here. Might be tough to get a submission in a match with so many other competitors, or nevertheless against somebody that size. Didn't get all that head scissors, enough to take Merlok down as he retreats to the corner. Something that's really opened my eyes as we've grown our working relationship with Chikara is just how many incredible students that they have coming up. Oh! And on top of that, I mean, you've got the stalwarts like Ophidian, like Dasher Hatfield, like Mr. Touchdown Mark Angelicetti, like Fire Ant, like Mike Quackenbush, holding it down. Of course, if you're in the Philadelphia area, check out ChikaraPro.com. Live events just about every other week. We certainly hope to bring Beyond Wrestling back there as we see the rookie Boomer Hatfield trying to follow in his father's footsteps. I didn't realize that Dasher Hatfield was that old to have a kid that's of legal wrestling age, but
I'm just stunned about all. He had a kid, he didn't tell anyone about it. What's going on here? Well, he can kick. Nice flurry of moves there from the young Hatfield. Only gets a 2. I saw Dasher Hatfield when he tagged in Melrose. He didn't say anything to me.
Well, he didn't just have the kid. It's not like his wife was just pregnant.
He's never said anything about it. I thought he would say something.
Oh, you should have wished him a happy Father's Day. Now you're a jackass.
That's true. And now the young Hatfield getting tossed around, and he is in a bad way here.
Well, not only being the smallest competitor in this match, but also being the least experienced. Yeah, this is a pretty bad predicament. Of course, these Atomicos, there's a lot of tag teams, a lot of factions, a lot of stables in Chikara, so, some strange alliances thus far in this matchup.
Strange is the perfect word there for some of the alliances in Chikara, but as strange and as weird as they may be, they can get it done in the ring.
Chikara so influential, the independent wrestling scene. I think that we've seen a lot of that influence trickle to the mainstream, not only with the multi-man matches, but also with that Americanized lucha style. And having attended many a Mike Quackenbush seminar, it's amazing what he's able to get athletes of all sizes to do. You might not see it busted out in a matchup like this, but you know for a fact that some of these bigger guys like Volgar and Merlok can do that maneuver where you just kind of run up the ropes and do a backflip. I've seen it with my own eyes. Oh, the competitor with the most intrigue for my money, the Whisper. I don't know with any of our collaborations with Chikara if I've seen this competitor wrestle live. Huckabee I'm very familiar with, and I gotta say, it's a pretty sad state of affairs. This new attitude out of him. Tony Deppen, Icarus, reuniting as Fist.
Listen, sometimes it takes an attitude change to go to a level that you didn't think you'd be able to go to. Well, maybe that's the case for Huckabee.
I mean, it seemed like him and Solo Darling were going to be gunning for the Chikara Campeones de Parejas, their tag team titles. Unfortunately, that did not materialize. And now they find themselves on opposite sides of the ring as Boomer Hatfield is just getting demolished right now by Merlok. Gonna think that Quack's got a plan for his Technico team. Was trying to evade Merlok.
And now here comes Quackenbush. It might not have been clean, but it was
effective. Facebuster on the knee. I don't know anybody that bought their ticket to Americanrana 18 came here thinking that they were going to see a Mike Quackenbush match here today. The respect of the crowd here, 500 packed to capacity at the White Eagle in Worcester, Massachusetts. And now we've really seen the speed pick up. This is what we're used to seeing out of these classic Chikara Atomicos matches. Oh no, but big mistake. Just as they thought momentum was on their side, they left Boomer Hatfield as the legal man, plucked out of midair and getting pulled apart.
Oh no.
Onto the waiting arms. Oh, nasty landing. You can break a leg like that.
Ugly but effective. Only a 2 count. I know we talked earlier about Nick Gage and Matt Tremont not wanting to bump into them in a dark alleyway. I wouldn't want to bump into this guy.
Volgar, I think his affiliation is the Proteus wheel. I don't really know too much about him. You're going to have to check out Chikara Pro for more information.
I bet he'd tell me if he had a kid, though.
I think he was created in a lab. I don't know. We're going to get into the whole living soul type conversation. We'll save that for when we're having some drinks afterwards. Oh. Dude, Boomer Hatfield. He can't be more than 100 pounds.
He's still alive, still fighting, still in it. But he doesn't know what corner he's going to right now.
We're going the distance here tonight. Thanks for staying up with us. Powerbomb TV, Beyond Wrestling Americanrana 18. Still to come, we've got a defense of the Powerbomb TV Independent Wrestling Championship, PCO versus Brian Cage, and of course the no-rope barbed wire match. Our signature event, pulling out all the stops here tonight. AR Fox, Trent, and as we said, Mike Quackenbush. All unexpectedly in the house here tonight.
I think this is death if he hits this.
Boomer able to knock Huckabee off. There goes the Whisper. Get out of the ring. Utilize those lucha rules. Instead, rocking Merlok, but he's still got Volgar. Trying to wrestle circles around him. He's in the wrong corner.
Well.
And Volgar just sent him to the floor. But by lucha tag team rules, that dictates a tag. And here comes Fire In. Stupid mistake out of Volgar. Probably thought, let's get this pest out of here.
Nice jumping forearm there from Fire Ant. Now trying to chop the proverbial tree down from both ends.
Fire Ant, a staple in Chikara for well over a decade, as insane as that sounds to say out loud. I'll tell you what, it was Chikara Pro that really made me fall in love with wrestling in 2008 when I had the privilege of attending a number of their live events.
And that's a brutal way to break up a pin. That's just wrong.
Yeah, this Huckabee guy, man, I don't really like what I'm seeing from him. Good, eat that knee.
Uh-oh,
able to block the Americanrana.
Oh, stretch muffler.
Oh, and a spinning variation nevertheless.
Wow.
Oh, slamming him down.
I like this edge from Huckabee, I gotta be honest.
I mean, Huckabee's a great technician. He was the winner of this year's Johnny Kidd Invitational, defeating Colt Cabana in the finals. I mean, Colt Cabana, yes, antics aside, he is one of the very best pound-for-pound technical wrestlers active today. A Fire Ant looking for a counter with the cutter. Met with a bridging German suplex. Excellent execution from Huckabee.
Nicely executed, wasn't able to get the pin.
Here comes Boomer. Sunset flip from the top rope. Let's get the ankles over the shoulders. Looking for a bit of retribution, perhaps too much hubris from the newcomer.
Caught him.
Oh!
Overshot, but still caught him with the knees. No.
Can't say I've seen that one before. You got to think if he landed flush on him, that would have been it. Now maybe looking to hook him up for a vertebreaker. Boomer landed on his feet. Oh, right into the waiting hands of Solo Darling. Man, if you haven't done so already, especially if you're a fan of intergender wrestling, you go to youtube.com/BeyondWrestling and check out the match between Solo Darling and Ophidian from this year's JKI tournament. Unbelievable professional wrestling. You don't have to say men, women, intergender. You know, leave the adjectives at home. If you like wrestling, you got to check out that match. Let's see what Solo can do with this exchange. Swolo Darling always getting herself in better and better shape, but not enough strength. There we go, finally taking down the Whisper. And Quack with the Swanton Bomb, diving on Volgar. And are we going to see the Texas Cloverleaf?
Nowhere to go. Nowhere left to go.
Oh! A meeting of the minds as Boomer just sent head first into Solo.
I thought that was it. She had him right where she wanted him, but it was broken up.
Oh! Nasty gut buster. But here comes Fire Ant. Big drop kick taking Merlok down. Whisper versus Fire Ant. That would be a singles match that I'd be interested in seeing down the line. Got two tremendous athletes.
Oh no!
Two for the price of one. And that punt style kick. The way these Chikara wrestlers, these athletes are able to string together combinations. Unbelievable strength with the brain buster. And that's going to do it. If not for Volgar coming in to try and break up the pin. Fire Ant, right place, right time. Moving out of the way.
And now he's legal.
Fire Ant looking for that signature DDT. Volgar putting on the brakes. Got him up on the shoulders. Quack caught him right underneath what I presume is the chin.
Uh-oh.
Quack might be looking for a neutralizer?
Looks like it.
No way on an opponent that size.
Not able to get it.
Told me he had a nice chat with his friend Claudio earlier today. You got to think that he's going to be watching live on Powerbomb TV. Soul and Whisper knocking each other off the top rope. Now let's see what Huckabee can do as he tries to climb. But here comes Boomer and Fire Ant. Boomer having trouble finding his footing.
What do we have?
Oh! Double Beal off the top rope all the way across the ring. Quack just being smothered. Too much of a size difference.
This is like hitting a wall.
You think this is the first ever Chikara showcase match on a show that's going to be main evented with a no-rope barbed wire match?
I have to think so as Fire Ant flies. Quackenbush is tossed like a sack of potatoes 15 feet.
That leaves Solo, Darling, and Volgar in the ring. Everybody else might be out of the equation. Solo with the crucifix, stacked him up. Oh! And just a second away from victory. There's no way she's going to be able to get that cloverleaf locked on a competitor this size.
She's going to try it. She's going to try it. It's locked in.
She's got the knee right in the back. He's bet in half. Is the hand gonna come down? Yes, it does.
Winners of this match, the team of Boomer Hatfield, Solo Darling, Fire Ant, and Mike Quackenbush.
What a win here for the Technicos, and I think if you didn't catch it during the opening signature of this broadcast, let's make it official. Chikara Pro has been added to powerbomb.tv.
Huge.
So now, along with your $10 monthly subscription, you get Beyond Wrestling, you get Black Label Pro, you get Nova Pro, you get the Smart Mark Video Collection, over 100 hours added every month, and streaming twice a month. Chikara Pro, the best value in independent wrestling.
Introducing first the challenger, in the corner to my left, from Silicon Valley, California, weighing in at 192 pounds, Wheeler Yuta! His opponent to my right, from Brooklyn, New York, weighing in at 185 pounds, he is the current reigning and defending Powerbomb TV Independent Wrestling Champion, Hot Sauce Tracy Williams!
And while there may not be any personal animosity between these two, I have to think there's going to be a little bit of an extra chip on the shoulder of Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, because quite frankly, he's the teacher in this situation, and Yuta is his student who is now challenging him for his throne. Oh, well, maybe I was wrong. Maybe there is going to be some animosity here. But no matter what sort of personal feelings there are,
you got to put them aside. You got to put them aside. You got to be professional. There's so much on the line. Look at all the opportunities that Hot Sauce Tracy Williams has gotten as a result of being the Powerbomb TV Independent Wrestling Champion. I mean, those are bookings that he wouldn't be able to, be afforded otherwise. That's more money in his pocket. That's the name of the game. You know, whether you're doing it under contract, I prefer it as an independent. But if you can carve your own path, if you can do it on your own, if you can earn a living by doing the thing you love more than anything else, I mean, that's living the dream. That's the American dream.
Absolutely.
That's what we all grow up being instilled, that you can do that if you put your mind to it. And Tracy Williams has put his mind, body, and soul into professional wrestling. I think that he's an excellent representative, Powerbomb TV and all independent wrestling as the champion. With that said, Wheeler Yuta, he's got a lot of buzz, he's got a lot of hype, and more often than not, this kid delivers. Could tonight be the night?
Tracy Williams epitomizes independent wrestling to me. Someone who forges his own path, is his own man, is truly independent. Because there are a lot of guys who are just looking to fit a mold, be someone so that they can get somewhere the easy way. But Tracy Williams has always done things his own way.
I think you could draw a lot of similarities between him and Timothy Thatcher.
Absolutely. And especially since they've gone to war many times in the past. But here in this match tonight, besides the fact that they're going for one of the most prestigious titles in professional wrestling, you have to wonder, are they going to maybe get in their own heads a little too much and try to top the other man at his own game? Clean break there. Referee Kevin Quinn assigned to this one. If you're watching at home and you're enjoying this, hashtag Americanrana 18 on Twitter. Tell a friend. Go to Powerbomb TV right now and sign up. Because still to come, PCO and Brian Cage, and in our main event, Joey Janela and David Starr. Barbed wire death match. But right now, you're going to get the absolute best in technical wrestling, and with Tracy Williams, you're going to get some hard hitting. Irish whip from Hot Sauce. Yuta up and over. Single leg takedown. Going for a surfboard variation here.
You know, this is the thing about Beyond Wrestling, Paul Crockett. We got a no-rope barbed wire match. We still got a meeting of two of the absolute best heavyweights on the scene. We've got an 8-man tag. We saw an Atomicos match. We saw in the most high-profile intergender match in Beyond Wrestling history. You know, there's so much variety up and down these cards, and I love the flavor. I'm a banana split guy. I like the flavor of ice cream that Wheeler Yuta and Tracy Williams bring to the table.
Absolutely. You're talking to someone who's as pure of a fan as it gets here. I love seeing this type of action from these two. I did a column about 6 months ago or so featuring 6 of the hottest up-and-comers in independent professional wrestling, and when I had that idea in my mind, Wheeler Yuta was #1 on my list. I think the world of this kid as a talent, and his willingness to travel to Japan, take a tour with Michinoku Pro to learn his craft. But Tracy Williams doesn't care about any of that right now. He's taking it hard to Wheeler Yuta.
Oh! Right under the chin. A match like this more akin to the origins of professional wrestling. I don't know if George Hackenschmidt had a no-rope barbed wire match in mind when he started.
I think Frank Gotch did.
Ooh, high angle with that teardrop suplex.
And you have to think this one's going to be the, for the long haul, I think it's going to be a grind here if either guy is going to get the advantage on the other. And as we saw against Matt Riddle in Worcester the last time we were here, Wheeler Yuta can take a beating and keep on coming and pull a rabbit out of his hat if he needs to.
Bending the arms. Oh, just driving the knee.
And that's just nasty. That's the kind of stuff that Tracy Williams doesn't get enough credit for, is his viciousness, his ability to tear an opponent apart, whether it be with the chops, the kicks, or the knees, just like that.
Certainly urge everybody to make the best use out of their Powerbomb TV subscription. After the Americanrana 18 event, some of the matches you got to check out. The first one that comes to mind is Hot Sauce Tracy Williams versus Joey Janela from Beyond Wrestling Welcome Home Night 2 for the Powerbomb TV Independent Wrestling title. What an unbelievable piece of business up until David Starr interjected himself.
Yeah, up until that point, it was one of the best matches I had seen all year.
You know, hopefully at some point, once personal rivalries are set aside, that we can revisit Hot Sauce versus Joey Janela. You know, two guys that seem to have completely different skill sets, but they were so evenly matched.
Absolutely.
But sometimes similar styles can also make for exciting matches, as Wheeler Yuta starting to up the ante and pick up the pace.
And now Yuta seeing an opportunity. He's not wasting any time.
Big dive on a Hot Sauce. He's got to get it back in the ring. He can't win the title on the floor.
No, but you can do a hell of a lot of damage out there. And taking your advice clearly brings him right back into the ring, going up top. Maybe a kill shot here.
High crossbody. Caught him high. Right on the chest, close to the chin.
And now Yuta, 1 minute finding himself down, now in clear control.
Yeah, but Hot Sauce Tracy Williams can turn it around on a dime. And that's exactly what happened right there. Got the separation. Oh man, caught him right in the back of the neck with that elbow.
Nice enziguri.
Yuta getting fired up, letting that moment sink in, but he's taking too much time. The The energy in the room is palpable. 500 fans packed into the White Eagle, but I always have to question letting those people get into your head. I know I'm not a wrestler. It's so hard to shrug it off here in a Beyond Wrestling ring when they're pretty much, I mean, you see fans leaning into the ring, getting as close to the action as possible without being part of the match. But you got to focus on the task at hand. Right now, that's winning the Powerbomb TV Independent Wrestling Championship.
So close there from Tracy Williams, and now he's looking a bit frustrated, wondering what he has to do to put Yuta away. And that shouldn't be too difficult for him because he has such an arsenal. But Yuta sends him up and over. Following up, Olympic slam, nicely done. Only a 2 count there. That was so close. This Worcester crowd coming alive behind both guys, really. Just like us, they really don't know who to choose in this one.
Lands on his feet.
Sleeper. Not often you see a classic sleeper hold anymore, but Yuta right out of it.
Oh! You know, as a wrestler, you're trained to get back up to your feet as fast as you can to defend yourself, but if you're not ready, you know, you can leave yourself susceptible to, like, running knee attacks, but, I mean, back and forth, you see the low dragon screw. The action is too fast to call. Kicking him off before he can do too much damage to that leg. Maybe I spoke too soon. Hot sauce rolling through right into the submission.
He has it locked in. Ring positioning isn't perfect, but he's such a veteran. He can pull Yuta back into the center in so many ways.
If Yuta doesn't have a counter for it.
Right. If Yuta even knows where he is right now. And there it is, the counter you talked about. Oh! Forget about a counter. How about an elbow? And now, could be a little bit of adrenaline getting the best of them here.
Sure, it's starting to break down. It's starting to get ugly. This isn't hold for hold wrestling.
No.
Every one of these shots a potential knockout blow.
Trying to get him back down to the mat for another submission. Yuta rolls out of it.
Oh, variation of a suplex counter with a crossbody. Counter for the counter. Oh, I thought he had him down for the 3 count. Very respectful crowd here at White Eagle, intently tuned in to the technical splendor as it unfolds in the ring. Yuta might have caught him sleeping, maybe looking for a heel hook. Let go of the hold instead.
Oh, STF.
Tracy Williams looked like he was ready to tap right there.
Shades of Chono here as he has it locked in the center of the ring. Tracy Williams is going to have to grind to get over to those ropes.
I mean, we've got fans here calling for a new champion. Not if Tracy Williams can make it to the ropes.
Oh.
Which he does.
And now, Yuta looking as frustrated as Hot Sauce looked a few minutes ago. Is the inexperience going to come back and bite him here?
Got to stay on top of Hot Sauce. You got him down. Don't let him get back up. I know you can't fire a forearm to a grounded opponent, so don't go for the forearm. But that's what he wants. He wants to fight. He wants to beat Tracy Williams on Tracy Williams' turf.
But Yuta allowing Hot Sauce to get back into this one.
Tracy Williams doubled over. Put him away, Hot Sauce.
Death Valley driver. Picture perfect. Oh,
crushed him with that pile driver.
Going for another one. Terry Funk style.
Damn, 3 shots to the head. And Williams retains.
Here is your winner and still Powerbomb TV Independent Wrestling Champion, Hot Sauce Tracy Williams.
Big time win for Hot Sauce, as he's going to keep that momentum rolling. I want to know what it's going to take for him to relinquish that title. Who's going to be able to wrestle it away from him? Proudly wearing it on his shoulder, a hard-fought contest, and good sportsmanship too, as he's going to try and help Wheeler Yuta back up to his feet. Extending the hand, letting Yuta get up on his own, but still extending it as a sign of respect.
That was a hell of a contest.
Great match. Like I said, tons of variety up and down the card. Hashtag Americanrana 18. Do you think we're going to see as much technical wrestling from Gage and PCO?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was thinking Malenko Guerrero.
And a classy move from Tracy Williams, similar to what we saw with Dickinson earlier tonight, leaving the ring to his opponent.
And you know what? I don't think that's the last we're going to see of those two in a ring together. That's a memory I'll never forget.
Introducing team number 1. To my right, from the Isle of Manhattan, at a total combined weight of 475 pounds, 530 pounds, Detective Bill Carr, Detective Dan Barry, Team Tremendous!
I wish it was the Isle of Sheppy, and I wish Zack Sabre Jr. was here tonight. We tried.
Yeah, well, get
Their
over it.
opponents to my left, from the Springs of Relaxation, total combined weight 398 pounds, the Oil Master VSK, Fetish Friendly Dorian Graves, Massage Force.
I seriously think you should get a massage from them. They're good. You have a lot of stress.
Our next tag team in the corner to my left, from Long Island, New York, total combined weight 379 pounds. Yours truly, Alex Reynolds, and the Raw Dog, the Meat Man, John Silver, the Beaver Boys.
John Silver has like stretch marks on his shoulders and like veins popping out of his traps.
In the corner to my right.
He's a freak. Speaking of freaks.
First, from Murray, Kentucky, 212 pounds, the Kentucky Gentleman, Chuck Taylor. His tag team partner from wherever, his weight just doesn't matter. Freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, they are the Gentlemen's Club.
It matters to me.
You know, I've been thinking about this match a lot, trying to figure out from a technical standpoint who would have an advantage. And after about an hour of thinking of it, my head exploded. I can't decide who has the advantage here. So many X factors. Just when you count out Orange Cassidy, he'll beat you. I don't know how, but he'll beat you.
The mind games. Pretty weird when it seems like the most straight-laced tag team happens to be the Beaver Boys.
Very straight. Uh-oh, Chuck Taylor clearing house. And Orange Cassidy is watching him clear house. There is nobody better in the game at watching. Wait a minute. 3D?
I wish there was an alternate wrestling universe where the Gentlemen's Club was more celebrated than the Dudleys.
Oh! And there's no one better at the game than watching others do work than Orange Cassidy.
We got the 3. We didn't get the D.
Maybe a total eliminations up next? What about, what other double team? Doomsday Device? Anyway, that's over.
You said that your favorite tag team was the Road Warriors, and you thought Tom Lawlor and Riddle were better than them.
I said they're tougher. And could be, listen, be quiet.
You got a lot of takes tonight, Crockett.
Uh-oh. Wait a, no way. Whoa! Whoa, whoa. You want to talk about mind games, DC? John Silver playing mind games with the master Orange Cassidy. Total elimination. What did I tell you?
That wasn't even a partial elimination.
That was, it was one part of one half. What is next with these two? Rolling elbow, shades of Misawa. Oh! Tricked him. He's gonna go for sweet shin, and then he went with sweet shin. See what he did there?
Well, why even run the barbed wire match at this point then?
That's what I'm saying. Oh, you do not touch another man's glasses. Look at the fire in Orange's eyes as he strikes back. What? What?
The action almost too fast to call.
Incredible back and forth. Wait, that's Orange Cassidy, right?
This dude can get it done. These people are on fire right now.
And he didn't even have the OJ. And we're back.
Alex Reynolds playing spoiler. But maybe this is what John Silver needed. You know, this mean streak of John Silver all started when he came up short against Orange Cassidy in a singles match.
Right.
Oh. Dorian Graves, he's just a dick, I guess.
Gives a great massage, though.
So you've had a massage from these guys?
I didn't say that.
Well, you keep hyping it up.
I have sources.
What, are you getting like a kickback?
Sources. I don't reveal them.
Man, what a combination. Alex Reynolds getting put through the ringer.
And I've said this to you before on many occasions. When these guys take it seriously, they're better than almost anybody.
You can say that for a lot of the wrestlers in the ring, but sometimes it's the mind games that gives them the advantage. Dan Barry getting tripped up. And now urging Bill Carr to get in.
Oh, well. If Orange Cassidy is on one end of the spectrum, Bill Carr just went to the other end.
Chuck Taylor has left the match.
I would after that. I don't blame him.
Of course, earlier this year we saw Orange Cassidy versus Bill Carr, one-on-one. Beyond Wrestling, I Want It All, live from Enfield, Connecticut. Hope to be back there before the end of the year. But our entire catalog on Powerbomb TV. I actually didn't get to see that one in person. So maybe I will fire up the old Powerbomb subscription after tonight's broadcast.
Beaver Boys back in. Oh!
Basically what I'm saying is if you signed up for the 20-day free trial, you should consider keeping it and throw a little cha-ching towards your friends at Beyond Wrestling. Thank you very much.
Great double team action from the Beaver Boys. Excellent combinations. And again, like we were saying, and you said, you could say that about a lot of the teams in the ring if they take it seriously. They're phenomenal. Beaver Boys are at the top of that list.
You know, if this is a match to kind of, you know, let's see who's the best tag team in Beyond Wrestling, I think two things that you're going to factor is that Doom Patrol and EYFBO are not in this match. Pogs sidelined.
Pog.
So I certainly expect this match to have some sort of ramifications for the matchmaking down the line, but I'm not certain that if John Silver and Alex Reynolds are victorious, that it will cement them as the quote-unquote aces of the tag team division here.
There's just no way to protect yourself at all when you're on the receiving end of a move like that.
So much momentum. The whiplash effect. That's like being in a car accident.
And since Orange and Silver left the ring, this has been very clinical, very technical on the tag team spectrum end of things. And you have to wonder, is it going to break down at some point?
You got to think so. Dan Barry, the jawbreaker, looking to tag out. Silver instead getting in while they're focusing on Bill Carr. Here comes Chuck Taylor. Smart wrestling out of the veteran Dan Barry.
Chuck Taylor picking his spots, and very smartly, I might add.
Beaver Boy still in control. Spoke too soon.
Oh, no.
Right in the dingus.
That is not good for John Silver. Is that a Rainmaker?
Looking to send Silver for the ride. Chuck Taylor holding on. Dan Barry tagging himself in.
Line tag. Taylor pulled to the outside. Wow!
You're going to tell me this guy's going to retire?
Springboard moonsault. Picture perfect.
He's got balls, and Alex Reynolds going right for the eyes.
And Alex Reynolds viciously trying to take the eyes out of Dan Barry. Referee Stephen Dumaine has to be all over that.
Well, Dan Barry desperate for a tag once again. Here comes Dorian Graves. Here comes VSK. Caught him with the lung blower. Alex Reynolds back at his feet.
VSK, for my money, the most underappreciated athlete in professional wrestling today.
Alex Reynolds picking him up for a body slam. Floats over. Oh!
Great double team. And now that they have this lawsuit stuff out of the way, maybe they're more focused.
Well, Massage Force calling for the oil.
And instead receiving a double clothesline. Oh. Uh-oh. I think he was going for a pop-up power bomb. Didn't really work. Oh, goodbye.
Damn, met with a jackhammer. Bill Carr might be looking to fly.
Oh. Kick to the chest.
Bill Carr holding on.
Oh, no!
And it's Reynolds that goes for the ride. Back body drop out of the ring.
Incredible. And now, Bill Carr is looking to the floor like he has an idea in mind. And
Team Tremendous staples of Americanrana. Still in the show, the first ever Americanrana.
Here he goes!
Landing on his feet, doing it with style.
Wow.
But we got to be careful. It looks like some people are getting cleared out as the action's coming towards the commentary area.
Uh-oh. What's going on over here? Uh-oh.
Gonna do our best to follow the action.
BSK up here. Dorian Graves.
They're calling for the oil up on the stage.
Oh, no. Uh-oh. Chuck, run. Oh, my God!
Into the cannonball off the stage. That's a new one on a massage force.
That was insane.
But wait, where's Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy?
Well, Chuck Taylor bailed as VSK was cannonballing off the stage. Smartly getting out of dodge. I think Orange Cassidy might still be dead from earlier.
Oh, looking for the Shatter Machine instead the double stomp.
Nice counter.
Oh, still got caught with that neck breaker. Oh, inside out with Bill Carr.
Bill Carr tripped up. Oh, wow.
Blow your brains out. No way. Oh, my God.
Pound for pound, the most vicious striker in the game, John Silver. Oh!
A little bit of unexpected tandem offense from the officer and the gentleman.
Hey, there he is. And I guess he's going to join them. He had the advantage, but a sportsman, Orange Cassidy.
Well, everyone's down. 7 competitors not on their own volition.
And now he's calling for the hootie who? What? Hey, wait a minute. There's 2 of them. There's 2 of them. How do these things breed?
Oh!
And Bill Carr right there to break it up.
The Swamp Monster family.
Bill Carr confused. I don't blame him.
Maybe he's gonna join them.
Oh my, what?
The Sky High. Almost hit the ceiling fan overhead.
Shades of D'Lo Brown. He's facing Joey Janela soon, but anyway.
An event that's gonna be streamed live on Powerbomb TV, courtesy of our friends Black Label Pro.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we know how this is gonna end.
We do?
Yeah.
How?
Chuck Taylor always gets his face spit into.
Hey, listen, it doesn't happen. Things have to change sometime. Oh, darn.
He wasn't even holding him.
Does that shock you?
Maybe the Swamp Monster should be their own tag team.
I mean, there's only one person who can make that happen. Uh-oh, here we go. He'll hit it this time. Oh.
They have faces.
They have something there. Who knows? Hey, wait a, what?
Well, they can't see who they're attacking.
Or maybe they can. Who knows where their eyes are? You just said that.
Yeah, you're right. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
They're all blind. What? Wow. Shades of 911. Double choke slam. Uh-oh.
He thinks he's won the match.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
See you later.
Big old double kick. And the Shatter Machine. He's going to get Silver in the center of the ring. Bill out of nowhere.
like
a wild Bill Carr attacks.
Super kick, glancing blow. That wasn't a glancing blow. Neither was that. Black hole slam.
Called his shot, got intercepted. And Tremendous is looking to book it, Dano. The Doomsday Sliced Bread.
Wait. Alex Reynolds comes in like a thief in the night and steals the win for the Beaver boys.
Here are your winners, the Beaver Boys!
The fans here at the White Eagle are not happy with this decision.
Well, it's not that they're not happy with the decision. This decision's the decision, but the way he did it.
Ever the opportunist. All it takes is 3 seconds. And if the Beaver Boys want to lay claim that they're the very best tag team here at Beyond Wrestling, it's hard to argue against it. Dan Barry trying to argue with the ref that he got his shoulder off the mat. That didn't seem to be the case to me.
Well, very upsetting night for Team Tremendous, but nonetheless, they are one of the originals here in Beyond Wrestling, the guys that helped make a name for this promotion. And quite frankly, it's just nice to see them back.
Oh, these are the guys that cemented the tag team division back in 2013 to the first Americanrana, stealing the show alongside EYFBO, Minutemen and the Hoods. Oh, now what the hell was that for?
Was this his plan all along?
How was that his plan all along? What are you talking about? Bill Carr came to his aid when it looked like the Amityville Project. We're going to tear him apart limb from limb back in April. What kind of a plan is that? Dan Barry is a man without an island. I'm sorry, I've known Dan Barry for a long time. And these are the true shades that I'll let the fans talk for me. Letting his true colors show.
I'm sorry, but that's not just something you do spur of the moment. He had to have had that plan somewhere.
Well, the Beaver Boys spoiling what could have been a big night for Team Tremendous. And Dan Barry taking exception and perhaps putting a nail in the coffin.
Talk about ruining a moment. But when Bill Carr comes to, you better believe he's going to get revenge somewhere down the line.
Introducing first, the corner to my right, from Chico, California, weighing in at 272 pounds, the Swolverine, Mr. GMSI, the fucking machine, Brian Cage! His opponent in the corner to my left, weighing in at 268 pounds, he's not human!
PCO making his Beyond Wrestling debut, coming out to a hero's welcome. Brian Cage, the Swolverine, it's about as big as I've ever seen him.
And when you see these two competitors in the ring, you see two behemoths, one an athletic freak, the other, I don't know what he is, but there's a lot more than meets the eye here in this match, because for PCO, in my opinion, his recent renaissance is about more than just making a living. To me, it's about redemption. A guy who had a lot of talent many years ago, and in a lot of people's opinions, squandered it. I think this is much, much more about regaining what was once lost, and if he can do that here against Brian Cage, I think he's proving a lot.
Big time first ever matchup. As both of these guys just going blow for blow. It's almost like they're two similar wrestlers, generations apart, but the European uppercut finding the mark. Similar in size, but you got to think that time is on the side of the machine Brian Cage, but PCO claims that he is not human. We've seen the experiments that Destro, a legendary Canadian strongman, has been doing to him up in his home country of Canada. What happens when you put a machine in the ring with somebody that's not human? We're about to find out. Oh!
What a head scissors takeover. There's a reason why Brian Cage is the current Impact X Division champion. A title usually reserved for men a third of his size.
Looking for a dive, PCO back in the ring. Caught him with a knee lifter.
And PCO willing to risk it all.
Ridiculous.
Even at his advanced age, it's all about redemption.
Advanced age, you make it sound like the guy's signed up for AARP or something. Yes, he's about 50 years old. He wrestles about as good as guys. Oh, ho, ho.
In wrestling, that's an advanced age.
Well, perhaps. I mean, the human body is prone to break down, but PCO is also willing to pull out all the stops, take all the risks, and live up to the hype. That's one thing that PCO has right now that Brian Cage doesn't. Everybody has known for years how good that Brian Cage is. This is a new generation seeing PCO for the first time. Talk about throwing caution to the wind. He's going to be
oh my, holy
a one-legged springboard and moonsault to the floor.
Holy hell.
He's not human.
And Brian Cage has heard all the hype about PCO like we all have. But I wonder if he maybe started to take PCO a little lightly coming into this. You know he's not anymore. And now he has something to prove.
PCO, where are the wounds of war? We're going to see just how mortal he is here tonight as he continues to scale to the top rope. And now a swanton bomb. Absolutely ridiculous. PCO's redemption story starting against Ethan Page at Black Label Pro, but it was a performance against Walter at Joey Janela's Spring Break 2 that cemented him as one of the most must-see wrestlers in independent wrestling in 2018. And even given the fact that he's probably about 15 to 20 years older than Brian Cage, that boot across the throat tells you everything that you need to know.
This guy's been around the block and then some. He's picked up things over the years that you really can't teach in a classroom or in a training ring. Putting those things into play here on top of doing absolutely insane things. Like a single leg springboard moonsault. Now that he's in control, Brian Cage getting a chance to breathe, and you know he's not going to stay out of it for long. Oh! With an exclamation point.
PCO, 50 years old, he's been wrestling since 1987. And Brian Cage, perhaps at the top of his game, as you said, the X Division champion. With high-flying maneuvers like that, you wouldn't know that this guy goes over 300 pounds. Pure muscle.
Absolutely not.
What an absolute spectacle. Wow. And did PCO gas himself out? Did he reach too deep into his bag of tricks early in the matchup? As Gage looking for that monkey flip. PCO reversal of the position. Gage kicking the arm away. PCO caught him by the throat. Oh! Textbook's execution on that choke bomb. And instead of going for the cover, Gage got his shoulder off the mat.
His stamina may not be at an all-time high, but his determination, his grit, his want to succeed is still there.
I mean, I called the match with Walter. He went almost 20 minutes with somebody that's regarded as probably the best independent wrestler in the world right now. Looking for a choke slam. Brian Gage, though. So agile. PCO turned inside out. Shaking off the effects of that German suplex. High angle backdrop driver.
Gage up.
Oh, this is breaking down. This is a pissing contest at this point. Oh!
PCO dropped on his neck.
PCO trying to retreat to the floor. Gage looking to pull him back in. We've seen Gage do this in and out suplex with a number of opponents. I don't ever recall seeing it somebody the size of PCO. You gotta be kidding me. Gage gonna be careful he doesn't get suplexed to the floor.
Wow.
The fucking machine with a suplex into the ring. Still not enough against the man that's not human.
A stunning display of strength by Gage, and somehow PCO is still going.
Still in this match, but barely. As Brian Gage now looking to take a page out of PCO's playbook, scaling to that top rope, looking to take a big risk. That risk does not pay off, at least not yet. PCO.
Just a backhand.
Giving it everything that he's got, but like you said, starting to slow down as he scales to the top rope. You know he's not looking for a suplex. You know he wants that Americanrana, or maybe I spoke too soon. Oh, matching Brian Gage with a suplex of his own. To me, that's the most telling, though. If PCO is one thing, he's a show-off.
Absolutely.
And as impressive as it is to throw somebody that's 300 pounds of muscle over your head like that, it's not as flashy as a Americanrana.
Definitely some gamesmanship at play with that suplex there, as opposed to going for that Americanrana.
PCO back on his feet, charging in. Got Gage by the head, looking to position him as he runs back off the ropes.
Turned away and got kicked in the back of the head. Oh!
Instead, the rolling punch finds the mark.
Gage gets that shoulder up at the very last second.
A highly anticipated contest. I'll tell you what, when we were starting to put the matches together for this year's Americanrana, I had a discussion with a few of the wrestlers. We knew we wanted PCO. It took a little bit to figure out who we wanted to put him against, and as soon as the name Brian Gage was brought up, that was it. There was no more discussion. A first-time ever match you're not going to see anywhere else.
Wow!
And PCO, his flipping senton plucked out of midair, turned into a jackhammer. Still not enough.
The redemption story of PCO continues, not willing to give up, not willing to let the younger Brian Gage get the best of him.
Uh-oh, Gage so strong. He's got PCO up on the shoulders. PCO slipping out the back door, trying to get a hold of Brian Gage. Brian Gage with a big knockout knee. PCO staggered on the ropes. And the 619 finding the mark. And what's he gonna do now? Oh,
big elbow.
Finding the mark with the elbow drop. And the look in PCO's eyes telling me he ain't ready to roll over yet.
Absolutely not. Still with something to prove, and Brian Gage has to be wondering, what else can he do?
I mean, not only
to kill
that,
this guy?
he just got hit with an elbow drop. He kicked out, but he was back up on his feet. Now looking for the F5 instead of short arm on the headbutt. Gage looks staggered. Oh, PCO dropping him with the Storm Cradle Driver and following it up with a leg drop. I mean, these are two big guys to be dropping bombs like that.
PCO, a deceptively large human being if you've never seen him in person.
How is Brian Cage up? The choke slam into the ropes. Grabbing him by the throat once again. Oh, the elevation slamming him down to the mat.
And now PCO calling for it. Can he get that redemption he's wanted with something from the top rope?
I think his leg's giving him a lot of trouble. He may not be human. But is he the victor? Oh, the moonsault finds the mark, covering Brian Cage.
Whoa! Brian Cage. There's no other way to say it. He's a machine.
Absolutely ridiculous pro wrestling here. Our double main event. Thank you everybody joining us on Powerbomb TV. Hashtag Americanrana 18. This one we're going to see to a finish. PCO. If you're PCO though, where do you go from here?
Maybe you just go simple like this.
Cage looks rocked by every single one of them. You see his head bopping back and forth. And PCO's expression not really changing. Oh my God. That looked like a car accident. A car accident of flesh. Oh! And the Steiner screwdriver. You gotta be kidding me.
It had to be vicious to end
your
it.
winner, the fucking machine, Brian Cage.
PCO may not have gotten the win and a piece of redemption that he constantly seeks, but he earned the respect of everyone in this building and everyone watching at home right now.
PCO, man, this guy took some wild risks here tonight.
Absolutely wild. And quite frankly, Brian Cage should be thanking someone up above that he came out of this alive.
Tell you what, PCO worth every penny. This guy pulling out all the stops, taking every risk possible. And still coming up short. The fans, nevertheless, first time seeing him in a Beyond Wrestling ring. And something tells me it's not going to be the last.
This is your main event of Americanrana 18 live on Powerbomb TV. A barbed wire match, one fall to a finish. Introducing first, the corner to my right from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He weighs in at 201 pounds. He is the cream in your coffee, your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler, the Jewish Cannon, the physical embodiment of charisma, the most entertaining man in professional wrestling, the Bernie Sanders of professional wrestling. He is the best of the best, Mr. Americanrana. Davey Wrestling, the 104-minute man, the main event. He's really good at Twitter. The ace of Beyond Wrestling. The king of taunts, the product, David Starr. to my left is accompanied to ringside by his bad, bad girl, Miss Penelope Ford. Competing in the final death match of his career. From Asbury Park, New Jersey, weighing in at 200 pounds, the bad boy, Joey Janela!
Bulldozer Matt Tremont here on commentary, joined by
The fucking king to God, Nick fucking Gage.
and here we go, 2 years in the making. This is the main event, and it's all about who is the ace in Beyond Wrestling. They've taken the ropes down, Nick, the most sadistic no-rope barbed wire match. That's what it's all about tonight.
Yo, they grabbed us and put us on commentary because they know we are the two best deathmatch wrestlers ever and in the world today. Right? So what we have here is we have no rope barbed wire. It's sharp, it's not cut fans, that's real barbed wire. They take down the ropes, they put it up, and they let these guys battle. Now we see we got a little board action, so we have a no rope barbed wire board in the corner. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna come into play. We got a barbed wire bat also in the corner, Tremont.
Test of strength by these two early on. These two hate each other so much. This is how it ends.
Yeah.
Ropes down, no rope barbed wire. Who's the ace in Beyond Wrestling? And we're gonna find out tonight.
These guys are not known for deathmatch wrestling, so it's gonna be kind of interesting to see how they handle some of this.
Starr stops himself, so does Janela.
Oh, nice German.
Right on the top of his head.
So these guys been in matches before where there's been weapons in play, barbed wire, tubes. So they know what to expect with this wire, but anybody that's done deathmatch wrestling, they know it's unpredictable and that wire could cut you at any time. Anywhere, man.
Back and forth shots from Starr and Janela here early on, feeling each other out. Starr catches him right into that wire.
I'll tell you what, Tremont, that's what he gets for throwing a weak kick like that. That's not like Joey to throw a weak kick like that.
The bad boy eats the wire first.
Oh, we got skin exposed. Guess what? When you wear a t-shirt, that helps you out a lot. That shit comes off and you're exposed. Oh, big chop. And another one. Big chop. Look at his chest.
Lighten the bad boy up here early on in the main event.
Look at that, Tremont. Instantly red right away with them chops.
Razor sharp barbed wire. His back is against. That is no joke, folks.
Listen, fans, you get red up there because your blood vessels are popping in your chest from the chops, from the knife edges, and the open hand slaps. That's why it's red like that. Here we go. Janela's known for talking shit and backing it up.
Going for the suplex. Starr blocks.
Oh.
Little seesaw action. The wire's right behind him.
Yeah. Oh, go behind.
Big strike from the bad boy.
Yep.
Even in the odds. Off
go.
come the shirts.
Skin exposed. Now we're gonna see what you're made of when that wire rips your skin wide open and you got a 2-inch gash in there and blood's leaking out and all you feel is burning in your back. That's what we're gonna see what these guys are made of when that starts happening. Looks like Janela's cut a little bit already, Tremont.
David Starr's first no-rope barbed wire he's ever been in. To the best of my knowledge, it's only Joey's second. This is a world that they don't know much about. But tonight, they're gonna give it their all. Starr eats the wire.
I'll tell you what, Janela just looks a step quicker right now on Starr. That's just my opinion. Oh, look at this.
Irish whip right in the wire again.
It's safe to say that these guys don't like each other. And you know what it goes? It goes through drive. They both want to be the best. Oh, look at it. Look at the wire cutting the skin.
That wire.
Yup. That's what I was talking about right there, Tremont.
That's what no rope barbed wire is all
about.
about.
Oh, no snapmare. Oh!
Janela's a madman, and this crowd isn't all right now here at Americanrana.
I don't know. It might be something wrong with me, but when I see shit like that, I get fired up. I want to get in there. Oh, look at Starr. That's what I was talking about right there, Tremont. When you get that gas and that burning, that's what's happening to him right now.
You can see
that
it right in his face. The bad boy's got a staple gun, Nicky.
Yeah. Not only death matches are tough, they're also mentally tough. You better be able to handle that mental pain that comes with it.
Bad boys.
Oh. And I'll tell you what, fans, there's staples in that staple gun.
Goddamn right they are.
Perfect example. Is that Scott Steiner?
It is. Had an insult to injury, stapling an 8x10 right to his head.
Oh, it's not sticking.
This crowd is in all. This is the first time this Beyond Wrestling audience has ever seen any violence like this.
Right. Locks the arms behind, going for heavy. Staple gun clutch. Oh, no. Yeah, that, oh!
Starr is in a predicament right now.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Starr showing some life, showing some fight.
Oh,
this
no.
doesn't bode well.
No, oh! Oh, look at the skin.
Oh, look at it right there. That barbed wire.
No! No!
The atmosphere right now in this building is electric. They are in awe. Super kick from Starr.
Step out!
Does it again.
You see his skin just straight rip. I'm getting fired up right now, man. I don't know if I can control myself. I love this shit.
100.
Anybody who says deathmatch wrestling sucks can kiss my ass and come see me anytime you see me. I love this shit.
These two are giving it their all right now. This is what it's all about.
Look at the blood on his back. Oh, look at this.
We got a duel. Starr's got the staple gun. The bad boy's got the barbed wire back.
I mean, he could shoot the staples at him, but it doesn't even hurt when you shoot him that far like that. So he's got to get closer. He's got to invade his space. There it is. He went for it. Oh! 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 He's not letting go of that barbed wire pad. He's still holding it.
Staples right to the forehead of the bad boy.
Oh, no.
And now a barbed wire back.
No. That's going to slice him wide open. Oh, it's stuck in his hair. These guys are starting to realize that barbed wire is no joke.
This crowd is in awe right now of what they're witnessing. The animosity. There it is, the crimson mask.
You knew that was coming once that barbed wire touched that forehead like that.
The bad boy's been busted wide open.
Yeah.
He's got that barbed wire bat again.
He looks all right, though. He's not glazed in the eyes. None of that right now.
Still a lot of fight left in both of them. Wait a minute. Looks like Starr's got a barbed wire bat of his own.
Oh, Starr's busted open, too. He's got... Starr's leaking good, too. Here we go.
All to be the ace of Beyond Wrestling. Started New Year's Eve, fans bring their weapons, and it concludes tonight. No rope, barbed wire.
That just shows you how awesome this company is. That two guys are willing to go through this to be the best in this company. That just says it all right there. Oh. Oh, in his eye.
Right
in his eye.
Right to his face.
Yeah, that was right to the eye. He's getting it with, he adjusted it. Oh.
When it comes to this,
it's kind of a mule kick to the gut.
No regard for anybody's well-being.
No, you got to start worrying about well-being when you're in these matches. You start caring about the other man, you're going to lose this match. Oh, crowd's on his side. We got a little dancing from the girls in the crowd. We got everything going on. My man. MBK.
Wait a minute. Belly to belly. Right into that barbed wire.
God, that was a double underhook. Belly to belly overhead.
Penelope Ford looks in awe as her boyfriend is down. Look at David Starr, the look in his eyes, the violence in his eyes.
I think he's got his second win right now with that belly-to-belly overhead.
100%. The tides have turned, and now David Starr is in control.
Get on him, Starr. You got to get on him. Because as you're getting your rest, he's getting it too. Oh, he's got clippers. That only means one thing.
Down comes the wire.
Snip time. Yeah, we're going to get serious now. This is what I'm talking about. Beyond Wrestling right now is giving you everything. This is why I love Beyond Wrestling right now. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a wrestler in this company and I have to talk good. Everybody that knows me knows that I speak the truth and I only come with the truth. And Beyond Wrestling right now is on fire. Why? Because they give you a little bit of everything, Tremont.
That's it.
They're giving you everything.
They're giving you everything. And David Starr's giving you another barbed wire board.
Yep.
Starr's got something in mind. He's pushing back the guardrail.
Yeah, I think he's going to lay that. I think he's going to lay that on the apron and on the guardrail, just like a table.
An architect of violence right now.
Yeah. Let's give it up to Tom right there. Tom's one of the guys who orchestrates the stuff, puts the barbed wire up, makes sure it's good for the talent and wrestlers and everything like that. So we'll shout out to Tom real quick.
Starr with a sadistic look in his eyes with those hedge clippers.
Yeah, this is. I'll tell you what, he's not all there right now, Tremont. This is where you need to be.
100%.
Okay? I want to see that look in his eyes. Oh, what is she doing? No business being in the fucking ring in a no-rope barbed wire match. Let's see how Starr handles this.
This isn't smart. She's got to get out of there. She's going to get hurt.
Oh, look at his eyes.
Wait a minute.
Look at his eyes. Oh.
Penelope fighting back.
She's firing up. You better get out of there. Oh, what?
It's a little razzle-dazzle.
Okay, 2 backflips.
Wait a minute.
What? Cutter? Cutter? Roaring?
Razzle-dazzle again. Oh! Penelope Ford crashes right into that barbed wire board.
She is in the wire.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Super kick to the ref.
Down goes the ref.
Oh!
Jesus Christ! Russian leg sweep off the apron.
That was awesome.
Fantastic. Down goes Starr. Down goes the bad boy.
You hear this crowd? This packed house, by the way, was sold out here. They are on their feet chanting, holy shit, because they did a Russian leg sweep.
That came out of nowhere,
Out
Nick.
of nowhere, too. That's
everybody,
why.
I jumped out of my seat.
Oh, by the way, Penelope Ford's in the barbed wire stuck.
Action is everywhere. It's spilled to the floor.
Yeah.
They got to cut these gentlemen out of the barbed wire now. What a move to the outside.
This is out of control right now. They're stuck in the wire.
But it just goes to show, to become the ace of Beyond Wrestling, these are the lengths they are willing to go to get there.
I hear you on that one, Tremont, but I think it's a little more personal, too.
I think so.
You know, there's something else going on that maybe we don't know about. You know, not only just want to be the ace, I think there's some personal animosity right now.
I think so. Still cutting them.
You know, when we're in the locker room, they don't run into each other. There's no anything in that locker room. I never see them hanging out, talking to each other. I don't see any of that shit with these two. So I know it's personal.
Not at all.
I know they don't like each other at all.
100%.
And look at this. This is showing right now. The guy's covered in blood. He's convulsing right now, which means he's going in shock. Okay, that's why he's twitching like that, fans. It's not some type of fucking you smart ass think you know everything's selling point. He is twitching because he's going in shock from losing blood and being cut up. Look at Janela with chairs. Oh, Starr's got chairs too.
All this madness while they still try to cut Penelope out of that barbed wire. Wait a minute.
Is that a cinder block?
Cinder block it is, Nick.
Okay, they're stepping it up, huh, Tremont?
They're going to the next level.
Yeah, well, cinder blocks are next level shit. There's no giving the cinder blocks, folks. That's real cinder blocks.
You hear the screams out of Penelope as she's getting taken out of that barbed wire.
And the fans are just...
There's a calm aura over the room. They are just...
Yeah, they're not quiet because this is not a boring match. They're quiet because this shit's out of control.
100%. Their appreciation from this New England crowd for this ultra-violence live in a living color.
Get her out of the friggin' ring. She's lucky she isn't hurt worse than she is. Hey, that's his style. That's how he handles things to make it better.
What a chair shot.
That kiss must have did something. Did you hear that chair shot?
That might wake
Another
Starr
one?
up.
Oh my God.
Jesus. These guys are in a whole other zone right now.
Yeah. Listen, when that chair hits the back like that, all you feel is a burning pain and your back locks up. I don't know why it's locking up, but it's just probably from the pain from the chair shot. That's what you get. You get a burning sensation, your back locks up. For me.
David Starr, he's feeling it. What's he got? Nigga,
you know what that is, Tremont. Tell him what it is.
That is a Kenzan.
Oh, he was
trying to drip right into his skull.
Listen, me and you both had that in our foreheads before. It hurts, it sucks, and it hurts even worse taking it out.
Trying to jam it right into his skull.
Look at this.
Starr fighting out.
Oh my God.
Trying to break his fingers.
I don't think he has that lock.
Starr's got the Kenzan now.
Oh my God.
Bashing it.
Is that by his temple?
Right into his head.
Oh.
That is in the bad boy's skull.
Yeah. Listen, that don't make no big sound, big bangs. I'll tell you, it hurts and it sucks.
Rain.
Oh!
Right on his knee. Big super kick.
Did the Kenzan stay in with the knee right there? It did, right? Oh man, he's in bad shape. No ref.
Referee is down. That could
Get
have
a
been
ref
all.
out here. Get a ref out here. There we go. Here we go. What?
What the hell's going on here?
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
What is going on here? Referee Quinn just flipped in the double birds.
He blocked it. Clothesline? Wait a minute. What's going on here?
Janela.
Here we go.
He's got him up. Death Valley driver.
DVD on the cinder
Broke
block.
the man's neck.
2.
Starr kicks out.
Was that a 3?
He kicked out. Starr showing some life. Death Valley driver on a cinder block on a chair.
I'll tell you what.
Janela's, he's got to realize now
Me
at
and
this
this
point.
guy right next to me are the best at doing this shit, and I'm very impressed right now by these two. These two, not only they're great in the ring, it just shows that they could do a little bit of everything.
Putting their bodies on the line.
Crowds on their hand, they're just on their feet. Little kick to the head right there. Stop him real quick. We got more wire cutting right here.
Janela's got something twisted and sick in mind.
Yeah, well, you better to win this match. Come on, you give him a lot of time. Get that wire unraveled and get to work.
The bad boy.
No, wait a minute, he's wrapping himself in it? This guy's not all there, man.
Shades of Sabu and Funk right here, wrapping themselves in the wire. Cutting all this wire down.
Yeah, to wrap himself in it. What's this guy got in mind? I'll tell you what, though, he's taking a lot of time here, Tremont.
Yeah, he's giving David Starr
way
time
too
to
much.
recuperate. He's wrapping himself in more wire.
Playing to the crowd. I don't know if that was a smart move right now.
Like you said, a lot of time. Starr could come back. This might not bode well. There you go.
Whoa. And guess what? That's all legal in these matches. Super kick to the ref.
Down goes
tough
another.
guy. You want to be a tough guy, that's what you get.
Starr wanted none of him.
Here we go. Whoa.
Down he goes. Wait a minute.
Oh, no. German? His head just smacked on the steel chair. Oh, by the way, he's wrapped in barbed wire. Get the cover.
And again, no referee to make the count for Starr.
Here
Wait
we
a
go.
minute.
1, 2. Oh, my God.
He got the shoulder up, Nick. He got it up at the last second.
Oh, my God.
Starr can't believe it.
That wire is right on his face. What a match. What a match. You know what? He wants to be the top guy. He wants to be the top guy, and they're willing to bleed buckets to let everyone know.
Starr's got an opportunity here. Bad boy's down, wrapped in wire. Starr wants to be the ace. He's got to capitalize now and do it quick. More cinder blocks.
You hear how heavy it is? You hear the mat when they smack on there. That just lets you know that they're real cinder blocks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cinder blocks. Make it 6.
This is getting out of control, Tremont.
Chaos.
I'll tell you what, they better have some medics on deck. They're gonna need them. And with cinder blocks out there, straight concrete.
Janela fires back with a super kick. Still wrapped in wire.
No, not package. No. Oh!
Right on top of that chair.
Oh, he couldn't see the cinder blocks. I don't know why he didn't go for the cinder blocks.
Hook of the leg. Only
God,
2.
What a kick.
What a visual.
Holy shit.
What a visual of the bad boy, wrapped in wire, doing all he can to get the W.
Look at Starr. The look on his face. Yeah. Adrenaline's starting to wear off a little. He's starting to feel that pain. This guy's got wires stuck in his body and his head. He's trying to take it off. Yeah, you're going to lose some hair on that, are you? Oh, he's fucked.
He can't get it out. This may just very well be the most violent match in Beyond Wrestling history. Live on Powerbomb.tv. Hashtag Americanrana 18.
It's already hands down as the bloodiest feud in Beyond Wrestling history. Hands down.
Wait a minute,
No,
Nick.
not package on cinder
He's
block.
going for another.
Break the man's neck.
Starr fights out.
Straight shot to the gut.
What a shot.
What?
What a shot right
Straight
to the
steel
skull.
chair to the head? Fuck you.
And another.
It's gonna... No.
And another.
You can't take too many more than
Starr's in
them, Tremont.
He's in a different
Yeah.
zone right now.
So
He
is-
wants to finish him off.
Yeah, well, so is Janela. He's definitely loopy right... What is this? No. No.
Jesus
No.
Christ. Pile driver on the cinder blocks. There it is.
That's it.
He got him! Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the No Rope Barbed Wire Death Match.
Not only that, Tremont, the ace of Beyond Wrestling, the best in that locker room right now. Oh, by the way, he's one of the toughest guys in that locker room. The ace of Beyond Wrestling, David Starr.
These men put it all on the line.
Look who the bad boy is now.
Fans showing their appreciation. These guys
Showing their
100%.
appreciation, both these guys.
What a match here, folks.
Someone needs to check on Janela. All kidding aside, someone needs to check on Janela and make sure he's all right. Listen, the man just took a power driver with his arms hooked on cinder blocks, okay? There's no way you can fake any of that, okay? There's no way you can fall the right way on that, okay? So someone needs to check on him quick.
Janela's in disbelief
Make
right
sure
now.
he knows what town he's in, how old he's in. We got a mic. Let's hear. Let's let him talk.
The bullshit Beyond Wrestling and Drew Cordero have put in my way. I sit here relaxed, bloodied, and you're ace.
There it is.
There you have it. The ace of Beyond Wrestling.
All that just for that title. The ace.
Now, Joey Janela has talked a lot of bullshit about David Starr, and it's time for David Starr to talk some bullshit about Joey Janela, a.k.a. a glorified stuntman, some guy who had no fucking talent, some guy who was made by someone else making videos and isn't worth a goddamn thing. You can see it right now as I am here victorious.
Let him know, Dave. Let him know. I know we don't see eye to eye, but I like this David Starr right now.
He's got a lot to say.
Now, I'm going to go home to Philadelphia, the home of the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles.
That one hits home here.
I'm going to clean up my wounds. I'm going to fuck my girlfriend, and then I'm going to fly to the UK where they know how real wrestling is. So go fuck yourself, Beyond.
Wow.
Go fuck yourself, Boston, and you will see your ace whenever the fuck I want to be here.
Wow. I fucking love it, Tremont.
Intense. David Starr just let New England have it and let them know how he feels.
Let's see what's going on here. Well, Tremont, I don't know when we're going to call another match together, but I'll tell you what. We are going to tag again together. Hate Club is here to stay.
100%.
And I'll tell you what, Beyond Wrestling, watch out. That's all I got to say. I'm Nick fucking Gage. I'm the king and the god in ultraviolet wrestling. This is my new tag team partner, Hate Club member, Matt Tremont. By the way, the man who dug Deathmatch Wrestling out of its grave, threw it on his back and carry that shit for years. You put us together, watch the fuck out. I'm out.